I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to do this live stream. I don't know if this live stream going to be short or long. I don't know. I just got off from work and I'm watching this, how black YouTube responds to this issue in Minneapolis, right? It's time to start using this word, ruin, you know, this rument. Never mind. It's very frustrating. This mindset, how y'all's positions, y'all default positions, not seeing and understanding what's going on. So a certain content creator, now he's live right now, by the way. He's live right now. He's more worried about this quote unquote white bitch, right? He keep using the term the white bitch. And I'm sitting there thinking, you know, why are you saying this for? Now, hold on. I know why you saying it. I know why you saying it. See, the problem is with this space is people are gravitating towards the emotion rather than to the logic. Now, a person's freedom and civil rights has been violated. Now, if they're willing to do this to this particular individual who happens to be white and happens to be female, what makes you think they might do if that person is a black woman? So if Renee Nicole Good was a black woman, would she get treated any worse or any better? In fact, though, she would be treated a lot worse, in my opinion. But to sit there and try to hang your hat on the race, why everybody's upset over this quote unquote white B word, rather than worry about the authorities and the government structure. I'm gonna say this right now, right? How did this nigga got to be so popular on YouTube? How did this nigga got so fucking popular on YouTube? Because the only reason why he's saying what he's saying because he's trying to sit there and try to quote unquote grift. This grifting, the grifting part I cannot stand about. See, American society since 2015, American society has changed to be a society of grifters, not a society of facts or putting the facts on the table. What's going on, Stanley? Stanley Cross, what's going with you? Candy Cane, what's going with you? And whoever's watching me on Twitch, shout out to you as well. All right. What difference does it make? George Golden, what's going with you, George? Here's my thing. What difference does it make? Somebody needs to start asking the question. Somebody needs to ask your boy over there, what difference does it make? You more worried about how people are reacting to it rather than the injustice that's going on. Now, let me do a sidebar argument. Let me do a little sidebar because I saw something last night. Now, I was at work. I wish I was home. So I would have my 2 cents. Bomb Cherry. And I hope this goes back to Bomb. Bomb, why you take a bitch ass nigga like Brownsville seriously? See, now though I'm saying names. Let me ask Bomb Cherry again, so cause I want it to get back to Bomb. Bomb, why do you take a nigga like Brownsville seriously? And she going to sit there and say something stupid on her live stream, saying that, oh, well, maybe it's because he's a police officer. That nigga ain't no fucking police officer. Can we stop the cap? The body cam on his chest is not NYPD issued. Let me say it again, Bomb. The body cam on Brownsville chest is not NYPD issued. So him showing up on camera with that scuba diver gear on and shit in a police uniform and let you know that nigga is faking the funk. Now how you supposed to be a black man and you over here want to big up ICE? Again, I'm gonna say this again. Get that back to Bomb. Tell Bomb I said it. And it's like what MOT said. This part of YouTube is run by dumb niggas. The loudest voice on YouTube is the dumb nigga squad. Whether they're red pill or blue pill, whether they're conservative or liberal, whether they're pro-black or coon, they all the same because they have a rudimentary. I cannot pronounce that word. A rudimentary, yes, a rudimentary mindset. A rudimentary mindset, and this is a problem. I got some idiot going to tell me the other day, and I'm talking about what happened in Venezuela. Oh, well, Big J, well, you know, man, the people in Venezuela cheered it on. That's not the point, nigga. We're talking about international law. There's series of international laws that Donald Trump violated in the capture of Maduro. But yet, niggas, y'all have a rudimentary mindset. Y'all don't think. Y'all just talk. I know. And this is the same person, George, that will back up Chat GPT. No, she didn't call him stupid though. But I'm just saying, you know, y'all just don't sit there and think like on how things look. I mean, how what this really about. Y'all more focused on this superficial shit. You know, y'all so superficial because y'all had this rudimentary mindset. A rudimentary mindset that y'all have. Your basic operating procedure is on some Windows 95 while the entire world is on Windows 11. On Windows 10 or Windows, where the next generation of Windows is going to be. Y'all still have the Windows 95, 98, mindset. Not understanding that you're a pawn. You're a pawn in on this chessboard. Being sacrificed for somebody else's agenda. But yet y'all can't grasp the concept. Y'all can't really grasp the concept. And I'm gonna say this to you. I'm saying it right now. And what's really is my frustration? You niggas are really getting in the way though. Or what's really need to be addressed. Y'all get the fuck in the way. Now, having said that, right? Having said that, let's talk about the quote unquote white bitch, right? So now since Renee Nicole Good is now called that, right? Then why wasn't Pearl was called that? When your homeboy Obsidian was protecting Pearl. Yeah, yeah. Don't those are the people who think YouTube videos are automatically evidence. Right. Right. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I see it. Therefore it's true. Rudimentary mindsets is really, you know, and then Bomb last night, I'm listening to some what Bomb is saying, right? And she's talking about black men, it was something of the fact that black men um are want to be along with white men. They hang on the nutsack of white men, right? And I'm sitting here like, really, Bomb? I know you didn't say that bullshit because Bomb. If this was the case, Bomb, then why do you keep on supporting Jay Prince when Jay Prince hangs on a white man's nuts all the time? And he's a walking stereotype. You see, the thing is, I'm not those niggas on your channel. I'm not here to peacock. See, some of these niggas on here, they're peacocking for pussy, for female attention, female validation. You can't sit there and say that shit because some of y'all support these dumb niggas, and then you act surprised that dumb niggas are being dumb, have a rudimentary mindset. I'm sorry, I have to call it for what it is. Y'all have a rumor. Y'all support those who have a rudimentary mindset. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why a lot of y'all support these rudimentary mindset Negroes. I tell you why. It's because they are easy to control. Because broken men, it's easier to control a broken man. It's easy to control somebody who has a rudimentary mindset about life and the world beyond the tip of his nose. Yeah, I said it, and I stand 10 toes down on what I said. I don't give two flying fucks. Okay, I don't give two flying fucks. See, the problem is this space, and shout out the man of tomorrow. Shout out the man of tomorrow, right? This space caters to dumb niggas. Okay, and I'm quoting him again. I'm gonna quote him because he's right. It caters to those types of individuals. It does not quote people who can sit there and think outside of a wet paper bag. Okay, it does. If you can't think outside a wet paper bag, therefore you're home here. You're not encouraged to think. You're not encouraged to sit there and put 2 plus 2 and try to make the motherfucker 4. What y'all try to do is, and I'm gonna use an RBR term. Y'all try to take a 2 plus 2 and try to force it to make it 7, or make it 6, or make it 10. Y'all give these idiots time to talk. No, you should, if you stupid, you should have no business talking. I told that to Vic the rooster. Nigga, you got no time talking to me. Cause I look down on dumb niggas though. I do. I know I'm sounding arrogant, but I don't give a fuck, because the thing is, y'all would jump on the panel on a serious topic, and then y'all would flood the serious topic with endless nonsense. Have you ever noticed all of the Mandatory guys have a look, the beard, the sunglasses, the ball cap, and cigar? Yeah, trying to be like David Carroll. Yeah, trying to be like David Carroll. And speaking about the Manosphere, George, since I'm here, I want to say shout out. Well, I really don't want to say shout out, but I'm gonna say many a man says something though the other day that I'm glad somebody else had picked up on. Many a man said, "Black men, why are you having this conversation in 2026 about what black women want? Why are you worried about what black women want when you not getting what you need?" And I'm looking, and when I heard many a man say that, I really want to tell many a man, you should have said that from the very beginning. While you was trying to do the Kevin Samuels 2.0 act. See, I'm gonna tell you the problem with these men, and I'm gonna use this terminology, but you niggas need to start decentering women. I'm gonna use that term, decenter women. That's why half you niggas who's on that red pill shit, you're not red pilling because men not getting boys not getting educated, boys not getting good jobs. No, you are red pill because you didn't get what you want in high school. You blue pill guys who peacocking, you're only peacocking because your dick is dry. Okay? Your dick is dry. And you need female validation. You need female attention. Because anytime when you with a group of men, and when men are having a conversation, just like Brownsville, I'm using Brownsville as prime example of this. Brownsville cannot talk with a group of men. If there's a panel, nothing but men on the panel, understand Brownsville has nothing to say. Because anybody can talk about business or politics or stocks, having stocks and things like that has nothing to do with dating or relationships. He's not going to be there very long. To you blue pill and you red pill niggas, y'all's problem is y'all can't decenter women because y'all can't think outside of sex and relationships. Only time though when y'all will raise up a voice if in order to in order to satisfy a woman inside the chat room, or to beat up a woman in the chat room because she reminds you of your high school. I'm talking about your red pill niggas now, because she reminds you of some heifer in 1980, 1997, and some old shit. KOLO stocks. Hold on, let me see. What stocks is this? What stocks is this? Hold on. Oh, nuclear energy stock. Okay. You know what? They might as well because of because of the because like they need a dad fuel all those data centers. You see, I just learned something new today. I just learned something new today, y'all, about OKLO stocks. I just learned something today. That's better than worrying about what women are doing. That's better than what dating and shit. But I'm getting fed up that and I'm gonna say this though. You pick these niggas as y'all's leaders and bomb. This is the bomb cherry. You said, well, why do you know why these men are trying to lead us? Bomb. You pick these niggas. Y'all as a collective pick them. Y'all trying to make these niggas. It's kind of like how the old term, like you can't make a hoe into a housewife. Well, the same way applies to y'all. You can't make a dumb nigga into a scholar. You expect that Doug to be a okay. You want that nigga to be you know the warrior class. I remember that time when a lot of the pro blacks will always want to call the Bloods and the Crips the warrior class. These are the warrior class among the black community. When the warrior class is killing and destroying uh and ruining the lives of those who is the on the intellectual side of it. No, you pick your leaders. You deal with that. And then try to make it as if though the niggas that you back is a representation of all black men. Get the fuck out. No, you pick these niggas. You pick them. Y'all pick them. Y'all up there in these niggas' faces. You understand? You picked them. And you're trying to make them into scholars, thinkers, people who have intellect. Sorry. No. Right, 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 right. That they picked them never occurs to these YNs and their baby mom. Listen, bruh. You picked them. You picked these YNs. Okay? You picked them. You know, that's kind of like y'all's girl Cynthia. Okay? Yeah. I'm gonna drag Cynthia too in this. How can you want black men? Cynthia G always said black men need to get up and they need to fight the white man. Black men ain't shit because black men ain't fighting the white man. But here you are getting with a quote unquote YN, crossing state lines, having babies by a YN. Notice I'm not just talking about Cynthia G. Cynthia G is one of them. Cynthia G is not the only one who in this space who does it. I'm about the main ones that talk the most shit about men, about black men, chooses the worst among them. It's always some of you women who want to choose the worst among you, the worst among men, and then complain why these men ain't fighting for you, ain't fighting the war you want them to fight. Now I know I'm digressing. I know I'm off the beaten the path because I'm supposed to go right back to where I was at. But yeah. And let me say this too, right? About the whole you picked them. Let's talk about the other you picked them. Now there's a woman who used to be on my channel. I kicked her ass to the fucking curb. Okay? I kicked ass to the fucking curb 2 weeks ago. She mentioned a name in my chat room. Oh, why won't you give so and so his flowers? Big J, why won't you give so and so his flowers? Well, let me tell you why I don't give that nigga his flowers. Because he's also a YN. You can't have somebody who go after the mm, mm. Let me rewind that tape back for a minute because I was about to say something that I might regret. You got somebody. Let me try to use my words very carefully. Okay? You got somebody who go after a group of men for their behavior, but never question about his behavior. So you going to sit there and say, Big J, you're not that nigga. You're right. I am not that nigga. You know why? Because I never had domestic violence charges. I never put hands on my ex-wife. I'm not running from the law. Yet you picked him. See, y'all pick these sorry ass niggas as y'all champions, and when it comes to find out about their backstory, oh, all we know is who is this on Twitch? I don't know who that is on Twitch, but anyway, let's keep it moving. Oh yes, I can. Oh yes, I can. Yeah. I'm not scared of that shit. See, the thing is, I got standards. That's that's the problem. Some people don't have standards, and then some people don't want you to have standards because you got standards. That means though they cannot and what control what you are doing. Now, do you understand? See, some people don't want you to have standards. They don't want you to have standards. Oh, so soon as you have a standard. Okay, Candy Cane. Oh, that's a troll. Okay, thank you. Let me get rid of this troll then. Oh, wait a minute. Can I do that on Twitch? Oh, wait a minute. I can't. Well, never mind. You a moderator over there anyway. You're a moderator over there anyway. I can't really get rid of him on my YouTube on my StreamYard and try to get on my Twitch. I'm not opening that window up. So you my moderator on Twitch anyway, Candy Cane. So go do whatever. All right. Um, but yeah. But back to the topic at hand, because I digress. Oh, I didn't. Wait a minute, I didn't. I'm gonna have to do that later on. Then I'm gonna do that later on. Then I'll do that later on. Then, but yeah. Um, where was I at? What? Why you need the link? Deacon. Why you need the link for? I just got off from work and shit. I need the monologue because I need to get this off my chest because Bomb saying this shit, about Brownsville. I'm like, Brownsville don't have no intelligence. Oh, Brownsville's intelligent. Where? Okay, let me give Dick and Dave 2 minutes. Let me give him 2 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna give you two minutes. All right.
Yo,
Yes,
can you hear
Deacon.
me? I might have the
Yeah,
wrong
yeah,
headphones on. Yeah.
yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you can open it up, man. There's nothing wrong with that. I know you be tired when you get off work. You just want to come here, do your thing, get off. But
Hmm.
I noticed that when I type in the chat, it doesn't appear on your screen because I see you got the chat on the main screen. So when I try
Hmm.
to say something, sometimes it doesn't go through. It's like I gotta reword it, and I gotta be pick words that are acceptable to the chat. Do you have some type of filter going on up here?
Yeah, yeah, I do have a filter. I do have a filter.
What's the criteria for the filter?
Certain keywords that's not gonna be said. Um, Doxing people's addresses. I try to filter shit like that.
Oh, I'm trying to nudge Stanley at what I'm saying because we had a conversation about having standards, and I agree with what you're saying up here.
Hmm.
But it was as if like as a man, if you express that you have standards, then there's something wrong with you. You can't speak on certain topics.
Okay, okay, okay. So you and Stanley was referring to standards, right? Y'all was talking about standards and why
Yes.
some men. Okay, um, some people are threatened by men's standards. Now, however, some standards is unrealistic. Are we talking? Okay, okay. Let me rewind this. Right, what standards are you referring to? Are you talking about women, or are you talking about dating? Are you talking about what is the standards are you referring to?
Well, you can have a standard about anything, but the only ones that seem to bother other people and other men are standards that you put on women. Not saying that like she has to be so tall or she has to have her real hair or anything like that. We were just talking about something so fly by night as what she was wearing.
I do have some problems when men talk about standards, and a lot of it is on some rudimentary arguments, like, oh, she the classic, oh, she got hair weave, or or every time when a black man says something, it always goes back to the hair weave, as if all black women wear hair weaves every day. I mean, it is annoying. I'm sorry, that shit's annoying to me. But you know, that's why sometimes I get annoyed when I hear uh other men talk about standards. But when I'm talking about standards, I'm talking about attitudes and behaviors, um, how they think. And here is another standard thing I don't like what other men say. I don't care about your education. Well, that's also something I hate hearing, especially from black men, right? Uh, the smarter the woman, the smarter the kids. Okay, if you want your son and you want your daughter to be smart, make sure the woman you having kids with is intelligent. So I don't know why niggas for all the years talking about, I don't care what college you went to. I don't care what type of grades you have. Well, I think you might want to know, because her intelligence might rub off on those kids, because she's the quote unquote first teacher.
Yeah, I
Stanley.
can see your point. I can see your point for sure. The,
Right,
the,
right.
you are the other element. Like she could come from a good pedigree, but what you bring to that situation could also influence it as well.
Hmm.
I'm speaking more on a standard, like I mean, I'm speaking about standards more on a level like if you're the pastor of the church, and this has to do with that Pastor Jamal Bryant and his
Oh,
wife
okay.
with the dress type thing.
I was thinking about doing a live stream on that later tonight, but yeah, we can go. Hey, Stanley, you want to jump on the panel? You can. I mean, you can jump on the panel if you want. Uh,
Well,
since we go
Big J,
ahead.
before he gets up here, let's say this. Let's say men don't have standards. Does the overall standard in society drop? Or is it maintained when men have standards and they don't allow it? Doesn't that change the culture? If men were marrying hoes, what would be the incentive not to be a hoe? That kind of thing. That's a standard. I don't want my woman doing this. I want her to, present herself in a certain kind of
Okay,
way.
because the way you said it is more like you trying to dictate her in this patriarchal um way of like, oh, she needs to be on my boot and heel all the time and shit. That's how it comes across when men talk on these panels. And me, I recoil at how some men talk, try to make these demands, and some men should not be making these demands.
I get it. We don't, the
Okay, go ahead.
characters that present these arguments, yes, but there are decent guys who think that there should be a standard. Is there an
Yeah,
issue with the guys who did the work, who present themselves, who live up to a standard, to also expect a standard?
yeah. Men should have a standard, but
No, I get what you're saying. Most people who do have these conversations are the guys who've never shown that they had any standards, expecting a standard from a woman. I get that. That's hypocrisy.
right. So I mean, well, uh, my thing is right. It's um the standard. Like okay, I'm gonna use myself, right? My standards change, right? I used to be very strict with my standards, but then I realized me holding on to those standards, I'm going nowhere because I don't qualify for those standards. Um, for such standards, and some people need to drop the fantasy of some of those standards.
So the issue is with standards. So why even have any?
I mean, okay, okay, I'm gonna put it like this: when you were 20 years old and you're in your 50s now, do your standards change?
I would assume they do.
Right,
It-
right.
that
So,
doesn't mean that you drop your standards, or that doesn't mean that you don't have any. The issue never was the standard. That's an expectation.
but what standards do come with expectations? Oh, I'm gonna put Stanley. Okay, what's going on, Stanley?
How you doing?
All right.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yeah.
I just have one quick thing to say. Look, you can speak in broad ways about standards and stuff like that. You know, some things. Well, let me just say this. I'll just make it short. Your standard in a mate begins with your choice. Okay, you don't get involved with someone who doesn't at least have, a standard that either matches yours or you can live with. And that's about as specific as I can get. Culture, there are 330 million cultures in the United States. So, talking about one individual choice influencing culture, well, that you know, single choices do uh, affect culture. Sometimes they're affected by culture, but talking culture is like talking about the clouds. You know, it's just kind of, hard to be specific. You and I've say this so many times. Culture begins within your four walls. You should not care about culture that much, but it does begin within your four walls. People need to start looking inward about what they're actually doing and their effect on culture instead of just wanting to complain about the culture. What are you doing is something that you can control at least.
I agree with that. I would say also as well, though, if you were to walk into a library, there's a universal culture inside of a library. That you don't come in playing your boombox.
No,
You
it's
don't
not a
come in talk,
universal culture. It's a common culture, maybe.
or is that an expectation?
Okay, it's a common culture, not a
Okay, it's a
universal
common
culture.
culture. Well, you will say common culture.
One that everyone shares.
Yes, we could call it whatever we want. We'll call it common culture. That's
Well,
what you
no,
refer to it as.
what you call it actually matters.
It's a common culture. You just defined it. Thank you. We understand that you don't walk into a library yelling and screaming. You don't cause a commotion. And as a matter of fact, you conduct yourself in a manner that doesn't disrupt and bother others. We understand that. Also, if we moved it to a church, there's a certain conduct. It's not even written that you take when you're within the church. If everybody was to remove that conduct, the respect for the church would go down, even down to the way a person dressed.
You know what? You're trying to connect dots, and
Yeah, I am.
you're struggling to do it. The
I'm
conduct
making the
that you
point.
the conduct
It
you
might be a bad point, but I'm making a point.
See,
making a bad point is not a good thing. And again, what you're trying to connect, the lady wasn't in church.
okay. Now, if we're gonna talk about this woman, right? The first lady of the church, right? Here are some things we need to nail down, right? Um, First of all, New Birth Church is Baptist, right? So Jamal Bryan Church in Atlanta is Baptist. Now he used to be a Methodist in Baltimore, and you know what? And that's a whole other thing we need to talk about. How come nobody ain't checking him on that? Now the thing is, right? Um, Now in the Baptist ideology, whether you Southern Baptist or Baptist, it's called come as you are, right? That's the framework. You don't have to be So um, I Jamal Bryant flipped that around on his head, and I'm going to say he um perverted it. The idea of come as you are mentality. Now now you're right though, Stanley, that it wasn't at no church function and so forth. But if you are um of a certain status, right, then you should dress the part. You should dress and act the part if you are. Now, she herself is also a pastor herself, right? So you should dress and be the part. So now the problem isn't the dress itself. For me, is not the problem with me is Stanley. Is the vanity that Jamal Bryan was doing after responding to the Bishop Wooden. That's who Jamal Bryan was his sermon was about, right? The dress. He was responding to Bishop Patrick Wooden in North Carolina. So he was talking to him. That sermon was basically reacting to him. But my thing is, no, what you're doing was vanity. It was more like, oh, I look at my wife. This is vanity. Oh, I'm king shit. It's more about the vanity part, more than the whole lust part.
Well,
I
I
have a
Thank
guess
you.
I
problem with
take
Jamal Bryant.
yeah. Well,
Thank you,
that's
Big J.
I,
You made more of a point than I came up here and made.
and
That's what I was
and
trying to express to you, Stanley, the other day.
gotcha. And it doesn't affect me one way or the other. I tend to take a more secular view. Um, I understand why people would be upset, but what I also don't understand is the dress was racy. But why are all these men talking about the dress? They don't talk about the pastor, they talk about the dress. And I just find that
This is the part of the
for all
conversation where the standards come in. Sorry.
all the manly men out there who say, when they start their sentence as a man, those are the people I'm talking about. Why are you so into the dress instead of criticizing the pastor's behavior? And Dave, you might be the only one I've heard do it. And
Right.
you too, Big J.
And I'm glad though you said that, right? Because Jamal Bryant done a lot of whole ass shit. He got baby mamas all over the place. Baby mamas between New York and Florida. He got kids all over the place. He wasn't even checked before that. He wasn't even checked. Nobody checked him. When we did all that shit. Now, since though he wanted to be, that's why I said, how did he became a pastor of a Baptist church when he used to be a pastor of a Methodist church in that quick of a fashion? Doesn't happen like that. How you gonna become a Methodist and then a Baptist in a week?
No, Big J, if I'm not mistaken, isn't that Bishop Long's
Nobody.
shirt?
Oh, the men never checked him for the last 10, 15 years. Nobody checked Jamal Bryant. Go ahead.
Okay, so
Go ahead, Deacon.
isn't that Bishop Eddie Long's church?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. He changed, and Jamal Bryant changed the name of that church. If
Well,
I'm not
the story.
mistaken.
You know the story of Eddie Long.
Yeah. I already know about the story, but the boys and all that. Yeah.
Okay, so that was the first failure of standards. They should have got him out of there way before that. And they should not be tolerating this guy. We're talking about standards now.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where we are because there was a lack of standard. This culture has been lowered and lowered and lowered to the point where the church doesn't get the respect.
Are we okay? Is this a backdoor way to talk about black women? Is this a backdoor way to talk about black women? Because because the way I'm seeing it, because when I saw Jamal Bryant he did all that sermon, and then they put the camera up on her ass while she's standing there in that red dress.
I'm not even talking about the woman. No.
And then
he said he
hold on. Because I'm looking at the sermon itself, right? And there's no men in the pews, just women.
Right.
Are we talking about the women? Or are we talking about the church itself? Because seems to me though, this church, this dress controversy is more about the indictment of black women rather than the black pastors not having those standards.
It's not even that far down from me. I'm talking about men. I'm not even talking about women.
Okay. I'm just making sure because we know, because we know how this conversation is about to go. Yeah, but the black women, and the black women, they these pastors ain't check the black women, because there ain't no black men in the church. There's no men in the church, and there's just women and they're just going by what the women are saying or wanting.
You guys are better. You guys are better at articulating your points than I am. So I'm like real. I'm crude with it. So it's not about the women, right? He said he bought the dress. He said he wanted her to wear the dress. That's on him.
Right.
There were no men. There were no men around to check him for his decisions and how he let this all play out. This is men, and I'm at the point where it's like the women are only going to do what the men allow. Especially when he comes out and says that this was it's true.
Whoa,
this
whoa. See,
that's the ultimate accountability. That's the ultimate accountability, big guy.
See. Notice what I said, Stanley. Notice what I said, Stanley. See.
Oh wow.
That's why I asked that question.
She did it because he wanted her to do it. So where am I wrong?
I said, are we not going to talk about women or not? Because I said let's not go down that path, and you did. You went right down that path.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
They are one. They are one. They are married.
No.
She followed his decision. That's not saying that I'm shitting on her. That's him making a bad decision. It's still on him.
She said what he allowed her to do. Men do. Yeah, you said women follow what men do. You said that.
I don't see your point. You got to
now, Stanley.
Walk me down the point.
Stanley, repeat what Deacon said. I don't think Deacon actually understood what he just said.
Well, I think from what I'm understanding is Deacon Dave is trying to make that particular man responsible for what his wife wore, like she doesn't have agency.
Mm-hmm.
And here's where I stand. Why is this even important?
You know what? I'm
glad there are people getting shot in the streets by ICE agents, and they want to talk about a dress.
Right.
You guys act like that woman didn't bring that upon herself, though.
No. You're missing the point. You're missing the point.
Ooh, the dress?
This is my problem.
No, that ICE incident was self-explanatory.
No, you're missing the point. You're missing the point. Right? Black people are busy talking about a stupid ass dress by a whole ass nigga pastor, right? Yet, when it comes to what's going on in Venezuela, going on with that woman who got gunned down by ICE, we're going on in Portland. A black man in Los Angeles got shot by ICE agents. We worry about stupid ass dress on some rudimentary shit. We're being distracted by a dumbass dress.
Are you talking about us or other content creators? Because this conversation is about standards.
I'm talking about Black society, Black American society, Black content creators.
Okay, because this conversation is about standards. This is part of it.
Right. But the problem is we worry about the wrong shit as men. We worry about a dress rather than worry about, somebody got shot by ICE agents. A black man in Los Angeles got shot by ICE agents a few days ago.
How is that not about standards?
Well, you're supposed to be aware of the standards that the law is going to put out there. It's up to you to know the law.
Okay. Well, let me put it to you this way. I don't know. I know where you want to go with that too. But what you asked about standards, and this is literally a conversation about the standard of what's important. Dresses or, ICE taking over the streets of a major city. That's standards. That's the standard that a lot of the Black YouTube content creators that we all know and love. Yeah, it's a question of standards. Now, I do have to give one compliment there is one guy out there who is far right MAGA as far as I'm concerned, but he has been covering it. So there's one out in the wilderness that actually isn't talking about the dress, and I'm not talking about me, by the way. But yeah, it's exactly about standards, and we can talk about what happened in Minneapolis, on my show later or whenever. But it's still
No,
about
you
standards.
got
Dave.
Chad Jackson today. Yeah,
It's still about standards, Dave.
I get it. Yeah, I kind of brought the conversation to that, but it does
You're taking
lower
it
the
to your
overall.
comfort zone, aren't you?
No, because we're going to cook on Chad and MLK later, right?
Yep.
Okay. So for this, I just see that society's overall standard lowers when there aren't men to uphold the standard. So I don't have an issue. I don't have an issue with standards.
Okay, well, see, you and I will never agree on it's up to men to uphold standards. It's up to everybody. And not only that, it's up to everybody, those of us who are parents, to make sure those standards get passed on down the line. So I don't think it's up to men to uphold standards. I think it's up to citizens to uphold standards if you are of age, and kids too. But let's just concentrate on the adults. And the standards have fallen. The standards have fallen across the demographic spectrum. It's not just Black people that have low standards. We need better white people too. We need better white people more than we need better Black people, for that matter.
And I'm glad though you talk about this, Stanley, because I really want to drag some of these Trump supporters because they're the main ones talking about family values and and such and such and such and such. You got Erica Kirk. You got all these Trump supporters on Twitter talking about Black women this and Black women whores and shit. But yet the first lady did a lesbian scene for Playboy. I know the insides of the first lady's vagina more than I know of the woman who I fucked 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know where to go with that.
No, okay. The women I've been with, I know less of their vagina than I know about Bianca's Trumps, and we seen her nudes. You know what I'm saying?
But doesn't that go into what I'm saying as far as standards lowering?
Yeah, but Deacon, you and others is on that Trump. We love Trump.
I wouldn't say that's where I'm at. I'm more on like, let's tell the truth. Let's be honest. I can't just wear the skin suit and wave the flag of the team. Like I prefer to be honest. There's a certain amount of like disingenuousness. If we're just going to say it boils down to left and right.
It's not left and right. See, you're making it to a left and right issue. I'm not.
Trump, whatever, MAGA, whatever. I'm saying that I would prefer to be honest.
But I am anti-MAGA. I'm anti, America First. Okay, I'm anti-Trump.
Right.
But it has nothing to do with no political party, though.
So it's just Trump.
Is Trump and the cultish shit that Trump does, and his supporters are in the attitudes of his supporters, and also his own personal attitudes as well.
Okay, so how does that make me just Trump? Well, that's what you said.
Well, because you you support Trump, right?
No, I'm calling things down the middle. Things I don't agree with, I'm being honest with. I swear to God, it has nothing to do with Trump.
I'm just sitting here smiling ear to ear.
Okay, so you like what ICE is doing?
I think that is the medicine, the dosage of the medicine for what just happened the last administration.
You see what I'm talking about? You see what I'm talking about?
Dude,
Okay,
What?
go
So I'm
on, go
Trump
on, go
because
on,
I
go on.
wasn't cool with open borders, right? So I'm Trump, right? Because I may think that.
How is there open borders when you know hope you know I'm in Texas, right?
Mhm.
There ain't no such thing as no fucking open border. I go to the fucking border, all I see is fences and gates and shit.
Is Texas the only
Where's this
state
open
that borders
border?
Mexico?
Right, but if you go to New Mexico, same shit. Where this open border shit at? Because I see
We don't.
fences, I see gates, I see barbed wire and razor wire. What are you talking about? You know, this so-called open borders.
You see that in
No,
Texas, right? Did you walk the border?
you
Did you?
can't get
well,
close.
You
You
see
did
can't
it.
you
get.
You
walk?
see it.
Did you
You see
walk
it
the
all
border?
the way across. Like I said, like what are we saying here?
Have you walked the border?
No, but I do
What
see
are you
people I've
talking
never
about?
seen before in the last 4 years. I see them here. I'm in Ohio.
Are they Haitian?
There's something else, and they wasn't here 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, you might be a Trump supporter if you're a xenophobe.
Now I'm a Trump supporter again. Wait, is that the only
Yes.
dichotomy
You.
we're talking
I
about?
said. I said you might be if you're a
See, you
xenophobe.
guys liking anything that doesn't agree with where you stand on it as just
Oh
being
no,
a
no,
Trump
no, no,
supporter.
no.
You gotta
I'm
stop doing
critiquing
that.
what you say. I literally heard you say there are people here that weren't here 4 years ago. You sound like a xenophobe.
I have my reasons.
And I'm saying you might be a Trump supporter if you're a xenophobe.
Oh, okay. You act like these people come through here through the southern border. Do you understand that there were people overstayed their visas and overstayed their migrant work what's it called the work programs, you know,
Yes.
for farms and shit.
H1B.
Yeah,
H1B.
H1Bs
Yeah,
and all
I'm
that.
well aware.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So people overstay that, and you're not putting that into in your calculation. And even your average Trump supporters refuse to put that into their into their discussions. They always think, oh, it was somebody flooding through the southern border. Because you know how I know it's not the quote unquote is not the southern border issue, because most people who crossing that border, quote unquote, are not Mexicans. These people
Right.
are Guatemalans. These people are uh, Venezuelans and Colombians and Irish people. So this whole idea, and even some people from Ukraine, right? They're not just coming through the southern border like that. They're coming here through other means and other ways.
Well,
Right.
MAGA argues by hyperbole.
Hmm.
And
Wait, here you go
the thing
again. You
is
keep
the thing is,
assuming that
oh
it's
no, don't
MAGA,
tell
it's
me, don't
Trump. You
tell
got to
me.
stop
Oh,
doing that.
okay. Well, see, I
You got to stop
understand
doing.
that you're
That's the only
trying to do
dichotomy
a
you know.
Stanley. You can't do a Stanley on a Stanley. I'm going to finish what I'm saying. Uh, they started believing that Mexicans were the face of an open border when Trump talked about it when he came down that escalator. Okay. He didn't talk about Venezuelans. He didn't talk about anybody but Mexicans. And since then, it has been all this immigration issue has been all hyperbole all the time. And people just think, oh, if I start talking about, all the crimes that that illegals commit, you'll win the argument. And it is a fact-free argument.
Hmm. It's kind of like I'm trying to remember how to say it. The idea that uh You know what? Go ahead. Go ahead. I lost my train of thought. I lost my train of thought.
Well, no, I'm not. I'm not running away from you guys' argument. You may believe that that's what people on the Trump side do, but people do
Oh,
that
no,
in
no, no. I
general.
don't believe it. I see it. I
Well, you
just
see it.
cited you.
Well, you
I
may
just
witness it
cited you. I just
in your
cited you an
anecdotal
example.
experience. I
I
get it.
just cited you an example that we all know about. Okay.
Right.
Trump in 2015, coming down on the escalator, singled out a specific group, and it's
Right.
gone downhill with the hyperbole. Trump currently, and the content creator I was talking about covering the political events, he spent like half an hour talking about what the Biden administration did. That's the other thing these MAGA folks want to do. They don't want to concentrate on how Trump is fucking up. They want to talk about Biden. If Biden's no longer president. And speaking of family values, you know what? We got ICE going around killing mothers. What if I just, as a matter of fact, I think I'm going to do that hyperbole today. I'm just going to go, ICE is out killing, the that it isn't a bigger deal that some, soccer mom, basically got executed for
I would
turning heel. That's exactly what happened. Okay,
I would implore
it's
you
even.
to
I
understand
was
who you're
hoping.
talking
Don't
about.
implore me until I'm done. I could have actually understood it if it had been some 18-year-old fresh out of whatever training. This dude was an Iraq veteran, 40 some years old, acting like that, like some soccer mom is gonna mow him down with her car. It was nothing like that.
Did you see the
So
three different angles
okay,
of the
no,
video?
okay, I don't care about any of that. I'm not gonna watch it. I did hear the audio of it where she told him that, hey, I'm not mad at you. And then once he fires the 3 shots, he calls her a fucking bitch.
So
That's
the
what I
three.
heard. Okay, just the fucking bitch alone is enough for me to convict him. There was zero remorse. Did you
So I guess
hear what he said? Did
we're
you
both
hear?
doing the
Did
same
you
thing. We're
hear?
drawing
Did
conclusions with
you
limited
hear
evidence.
what she said? I'm sorry. Did you hear what this guy said? That's not a normal reaction, to be honest.
No, but the angle that I saw when the car hit him,
Okay, there were several angles. Bottom
yes.
line, the bottom line is you may get off on watching that sort of thing. I do not. I'll leave it up to the experts, but I do know that the Trump administration is acting mighty cagey, freezing out the Minnesota folks, the investigators from Minnesota, freezing them out. JD Vance getting up there and just automatically talking about extending executive immunity down to the executive agencies, which was not the intent of the Supreme Court. These guys are acting real authoritarian like, and I don't care. Okay, you should not be out there. What people don't understand is that he should have gotten out of the way. Okay, why would you stand your ground there when you could have just as easily have gotten out of the way? And from what I've heard, she didn't aim the car at him at all. So you can
She
believe
didn't
what
name
you
the
want to
car. She just
believe.
hit him.
You can believe what you want to believe. I can believe what I want to believe. But having been in the military, this dude was acting like he owned the road. Okay. And these folks do not understand that they work for the citizens, not the other way around. You should do everything you can to de escalate a situation. Your first reaction should not be to go for your service weapon, period. And he wasn't under any sort of threat.
And my thing on this, right? Okay, shouldn't you be after illegal immigrants because you and ICE, right? Shouldn't you be arresting? You should let her go and start focusing on who is the illegal. You know.
Yeah, supposedly she was harassing. Apparently, there are people who watch ICE or something like that, which is kind of crazy. I'm like, why aren't you with your kids? Is it really your job to
Well,
do
well,
She
well,
that?
wasn't. She
But
wasn't allowed to have her kids because her wife put a cigarette out on the kid, and she was
okay,
judged
that
in court.
none of that
None
matters.
of that matters. She doesn't even have the custody of her own child. What's that say about a
None of
woman?
that
About
matters. See, that's
what's that
another
say
thing
about a
MAGA
mother?
likes to do. Okay, what does it have to do with anything?
She doesn't have the responsibility of going to go get her kid because she doesn't have custody.
yeah.
Okay,
She has
again,
free
what is that?
time.
What is
She
that?
has a
What?
history of doing
Okay,
this.
okay, Dave, don't bring that sophomore bullshit. Okay, you know it has nothing
I
to
watched the
do with
video. You
that
didn't.
incident. Okay, so what? I heard the video.
You heard the video. You didn't see where the car struck the officers, struck the
So
agent.
what? So what?
Okay. All right. Although there's been multiple
Was
instances
okay,
where
all
cars
I
have,
had, don't talk about multiple incidents, Dave. Let's concentrate on what we're
and then
talking about.
Officer Tatum, he got drugged 30
Okay,
feet.
who
These people
cares
are
about
they're
Officer?
trying
Wait,
to
hold
go
it. What is
home at the end of
Officer
their
Tatum?
workday.
Okay,
They are
listen to
trying to
what I'm
go
saying.
home
See,
at the end of
what
their
you want to
workday.
do
Once you
is
use that car as a
that
weapon,
MAGA overreach,
you
like
have
I'm
you could be
supposed to
taken
back
out.
down.
When you
Dave,
F around, you
Dave,
find out.
this is why MAGA is a horrible example for young kids. Okay, you want to bring everything into it. None of it matters. He
What's the
overreacted.
purpose of an investigation, Stanley?
Well, you're not in the investigation, and neither am I.
You almost don't need to if
And
you
if
watch
there
the
is
video.
a purpose of an investigation, I want Minnesota to be in on it.
They can conduct their own individual
Okay, it's
investigation.
one of their. It is a resident of Minnesota that
Independent. I'm
got
sorry.
killed. It is literally the state's responsibility.
Well, why don't they conduct their independent investigation?
How? Hold on.
Why should
How?
they?
How? You know what? I'm
There,
gonna
there,
say
there's there's
how.
footage. There's footage.
Right. But they,
Oh,
okay. Okay.
oh,
In order to do
see,
that,
that's a YouTube response. There's
right.
YouTube?
video.
No. There's raw footage. There's cell cam footage.
Yeah.
There's
But the
video.
point is, yeah. But
How
There's
the
about
point
body
is,
cam
though,
footage.
interviews? There are all kinds of things.
how can I do an investigation when you cannot when that person is barred from being a question and brought in?
I don't know. Beat the
See,
street. Ask the people who were there. Get witnesses.
no. If the person who killed the other individual, you cannot question. The state cannot. The local authorities cannot brought this person in when everybody saw it of a citizen being one of their citizens being gunned down.
You mean to tell me that if a car is barreling at you and you got a split second to react, you're not going to try to eliminate the threat?
No.
Okay.
How?
not.
Wait a minute.
They
Wait
are
a minute.
trained.
Stop.
They
I
are
get it. I
trained.
see the mentality that's going on there.
How is that was a threat? Because you said, yeah, he eliminated a threat. How was that a threat?
She's using her car as a weapon.
Yeah, but
They even showed inside of the windshield and you
was
see that sinister look in her face.
The car was turned away from him. So how was that individual was a threat?
How many different angles did you see?
Oh, wait, hold it. He's the principal investigator now.
No, it's clear as day. It's not even like a question.
Okay, it's clear as day to
I think you guys are being disingenuous.
Okay,
it's not up to me to prove this to you.
I think
If you
you're
did
being
a little bit of
disingenuous.
research on this,
I think when you start talking about eliminating threats, you are being disingenuous.
There was another case where there was a young mother
all of
that
a
went
sudden
to
we
Kroger.
want to talk about other cases.
No, because this one was less egregious. But the cop ended up shooting the woman anyway. She was stealing liquor out of Kroger, and the cop
woman
stopped
lost
her,
her
tried
life,
to detain
so it's
her.
less egregious.
How can I say it?
Hopefully
How can I
better
say
than that.
he shot the driver as well, and it's a similar incident. This one looks like it's more intentional.
Orlando Castile.
No, it was. I believe it was a black mother of 3. She ran out of a Kroger with liquor bottle. She shoved down her shirt or whatever, put in her hoodie. She tried to run out the store, jumped in the car as the cops chasing her. Got in the car behind the wheel, fire up the car, and
was ICE involved with that? How?
because
I don't
it's
even
ICE.
get.
We're talking about federal agents. If you're being detained by a federal agent, would
The
it be
woman was
better
not
if you?
detained by a federal agent.
She was being detained. They approached the car, told her to get out the car, and she mashed the gas on them. What are you talking about? You guys got to stop making judgments with your emotions.
No.
You actually got to
What
look
you
at this
need
stuff.
what you need to do is stop drinking that MAGA Kool-Aid.
And you need to go watch the video.
No, I don't.
Okay.
What I'm going to do, what I'm going to do
We're going to sit here and make
not
emotional judgments.
what I'm not going to do is render a judgment. I will let whoever wins the judgment. But I did hear the audio. The guy was not even remorseful after doing it. I could imagine him blowing the smoke off his weapon, going fucking bitch.
And then they stop people from rendering aid. Oh, hold on.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Rest in peace to her, because it's not a joking matter, and I take life very serious. You know, she lost her life, and that was very unfortunate. But you got to make better decisions, and especially you considering to use your car as a weapon to charge at a federal agent. I don't think your life is taking your life into your own hands.
Time out. How was she use a weapon against a federal agent? She turned her wheels from him.
One agent approached the car, yanked on her car door, and before he fired any shots, she was smashing the gas and made contact with that officer. And there's an angle where they show where the officer flies back about 10, 15 feet. And then there's also the cell phone or the body cam footage where it shows where the car made contact with the.
So the man was hit with the car, right?
Yes.
Was there ambulance picking him up? Was there EMS picking him up? Where are the injury reports? If he was hit with a car and you said he flew 10, 15 feet back, which so he didn't. Where are the injuries? How come EMS did not check him out?
Let's not negate the human element.
Wait, whoa, wait a minute. You just said.
Let's not negate the human element here. You're talking to a guy who.
No, you just said he was hit with a car and he went, 15 feet, you said? Am I correct?
Yeah.
So if you're going 10, 15 feet and you hit with a car, then by that logic, EMS should have took his ass to the hospital and have him checked over for cuts, bruises, and broken bones and whatever else that may be.
Okay, so where's any video that says that he didn't get checked out by EMS? Where's any proof of that?
Oh my God.
No, I mean seriously, how do you know he didn't get checked out by EMS?
Hi, Stanley, and hey, Dave.
Hey, what's up, man?
Happy Saturday. I would like to contribute some legal terms that are going to come up in defending this.
Are you a lawyer?
Egregious crime. No, I am not, but there are people that what I've come across in the midst of your giggling is some legal terms, right? And they're
she cut out, or is that me?
Yeah, she must cut out. I don't know what happened.
objective reasonableness Can you hear me now?
Is that a
Yeah.
objective
Okay, now
reasonableness is a term?
Stanley, please hush. Objective
No.
reasonableness
I love
is
Mella.
a
I plan on
term
I
mocking
love
you.
Mella.
used to defend officers when they commit what would otherwise be considered egregious crimes, like shooting somebody in the back. They're running away and they shoot them in the back. So the defense would be that they use objective reasonableness. Now there's another
What is
term.
objective reasonableness?
Okay,
That's
there's
not a
another
legal
term,
term.
as I was saying, there's another term that's
Okay, wait, hold it. Can we
that's called
stop this?
officer created jeopardy, right? So what we're dealing with are two, it's a really interesting paradox because on the one hand, the officer can claim objective reasonableness. On the
What
other
is
hand,
objective?
the
Wait,
prosecution can
can you
claim
stop with the objective reasonableness? That's not a
officer,
term.
hello,
Hello, that's not a
the pro
term.
the
Okay,
prosecution
you
can
see,
claim
this is what I mean
officer
about
created
the
jeopardy.
big
So I
rolling
just want to
boulder
introduce
of
those two terms
ignorance.
before Stanley's panties got caught up in a
Dude, this
bun
is just
and
ignorant.
Stanley,
his
wait your turn.
obsessive
No, I'm
compulsion
not going to
to
wait my
interrupt
turn.
people when they're making sense. Stanley is a
You're
jerk,
not making
and I
you're
have to
not
talk
making
over him
sense,
on
Mella.
purpose because he's a
Too
jerk.
bad this isn't my show.
You damn right, and that's why I'm here. Because your punk ass showed up, and you have no control
Okay,
over dropping anybody.
ma'am, you need to sober up before you start talking legal
Sir,
terms.
speaking of sober, when is the last time you took a drink, Stanley? 2 hours
You know what?
ago?
I'm about
2
to
hours
take
ago,
one now
Stanley?
to
Why don't you
negate
strike
this
up a live
I'm
stream
gonna take
and
I'm gonna take
complain
a
like you
drink and
usually
say
do?
objection.
You
What is
have
it?
no
Objectionable
idea
reasonableness?
what it is to contribute to a conversation. You want to dominate a conversation. And
You're
that's a
not
problem,
contributing is
Stanley.
my
You have
point.
personality issues. You always have. You always will. Period.
Ma'am,
And there's no
go
ma'am
ahead.
here.
Go ahead and
Ma'am is for
continue
your
your
mama, nigga.
ignorance.
Ma'am is
Go
for your
ahead and
mama.
continue the ignorance. I'll try and keep a civil tongue.
I made my statement about the two arguments that are for and against the defense. You
Mella,
wanted
we
to
kind of
interrupt. And that
Mella,
is the flaw in your personality. Big
we
Daddy,
know where
thank
they
you for
stand.
allowing me to talk. I appreciate it.
You should be really glad you don't have to deal with it on a daily basis, but you got to
You
deal
don't
with
have
your
to be
own.
concerned about what I'm glad or not glad about, Stanley. That's your
Well, you
arrogance
don't
talk.
have to be
That's your arrogance
concerned
talking,
about my
Stanley.
personality now, do you?
Sir, your personality has demonstrated itself over
Ma'am,
YouTube.
I don't
You
care.
interrupt
It's
people
not your
because you think
business.
you can.
My
I'm
personality is none
introducing
of your
a
concern.
concept
I
that
think
is
you want it to be
utilized
your
in
concern,
legal
though, don't you?
realms, and
You
you
want to
automatically
deal with
want
my
to pounce on
personality,
it
don't
like
you?
a
Go ahead, admit it.
pussy busted cat. Like
Go ahead,
something is
admit it.
wrong with your pussy busted ass.
You know
Period.
you want some of this personality, don't you?
Something is wrong with your pussy busted ass. Period. There's no reason for you to interrupt what I'm introducing, and yet you are
There's no
compelled to
reason,
do
but I
so.
did it anyway.
Exactly, because you're a pussy busted ass nigga.
Yeah, like coming from you, that really doesn't
No,
mean
I'm
much.
gonna get hood with you, bitch. You a pussy
Yeah, is that what
busted
this
ass
is?
nigga.
Is that what this
You
is?
always have been.
They say pussy busted in the hood.
Probably.
Yeah, okay.
I know where Stanley stands and Big J. Mella, did you see the videos?
I saw the video. I saw that she evaded arrest, and the officer was allowed to interpret that she intended to run him over, and he shot her in the face.
I thank God you're here because they were trying to jump me.
Thank God you're here.
They were trying to jump me. I was using my moves, but
Yeah. Okay. Well, let me
They
put it
didn't
to you
want to
this
hear
way.
nothing
I'm
I
just
had to
keeping it
say.
I
objective.
think
I'm not dishing out judgments. I'm keeping it objective.
I
What
think
I
the
would like is that toxicology report once they examine her body. Like, was she on drugs? What prompted her to just interject herself into uh, a situation of that when she actually has to be concerned about the children that were taken from her? Like instead of like, was she prompted or was she on drugs? Because that would have when people evade arrest, they're not reasonable. If you have, to be so bogus to evade being confronted by legal authority, like something's wrong with you. And I just wonder if she was on drugs.
Well, here's my perspective on it.
Who gives a fuck about your
I should
perspective,
not
Stanley?
be there in the first place. Now I think what this does do is,
I said
people
it
who
better
are
than
okay,
Stanley, and he's trying
people
to
who are
outdo me. Stanley is an
yeah,
asshole
this you
forever.
know what? We need a toxicology
Stanley,
report on
you're
you.
an asshole.
What are you on?
I'm on you. I'm on your back.
Oh,
I'm on
you
your
know what?
back.
You should be so lucky.
I would,
You would
man,
you
I
would
would take a
definitely have a better
baseball bat, as a
attitude if
matter
you
of
were
fact,
on me.
and make sure
You
you
would
Wait,
don't
wait,
have a
wait,
fall
whoa,
better
on
whoa,
the
whoa,
attitude.
whoa,
cobblestone.
whoa, stop,
Go to hell,
stop,
Stanley.
stop. Hold on. So Mella, you want to be on him? You mean you wanna you like you,
I'm on his back. And you know what
Hey,
position that means he's in, right?
hey, Big J, in vino veritas.
Whatever.
uh,
Whatever.
It
I
all
just
when you get a little tipsy, it all comes out. The truth comes out. I'm flattered, frankly. Maybe the
Well,
book
you
says
have an
maybe you
issue
should
that ICE
talk to
was even
someone.
there. They have a job. Do not obstruct official business, and that's what she was doing,
Yeah,
and she was wrong.
She
and
was she was not only obstructing but evading. Um, that was a lawful order. Get out the car is a lawful order, right? And
but
she totally
no,
evaded
not
that.
necessarily. Not
Oh, here we go.
necessarily.
Here we go. Okay.
no, but at the same time though, they was telling her to move. So whose orders was she was obeying? The other ICE agent that was telling her to move, or the ICE agent that was telling her to get out the vehicle?
You don't charge at an officer, so you really go with
Oh,
the one
okay,
that's telling you to get out the car.
okay. Then how come you, Deacon, did not tell? How come the EMS did not go after the person who flew 15 feet back?
I don't know. Maybe the cameras stopped recording before the EMS showed up because they wasn't there.
Well, I'm going to tell you right
Bullshit.
now,
That's bullshit.
get out the car. Get out the car is not necessarily a lawful order. Okay, you have to tell this person, hey, you are suspected of. You don't just tell somebody to get out the car. That's not a legal order.
You know what
Not
I'm grateful for?
necessarily.
Thank God this wasn't racism, because the way you guys act, you're not even being
Okay,
honest
yeah,
about it.
let's go ahead and bring racism into it, Dave. That's constructive.
I said, thank God it wasn't.
Okay, and I said what I said. Who was even thinking about race, Dave?
If race was involved in this situation, this
Of
would be
course
George
you're
Floyd
thinking of
2.0.
course you're
Man,
what
Dave,
aboutism, Dave?
Stanley is trying to be a
What
bulldozer.
about Dave? What about Dave?
Dave, everyone understood your point. Stanley interrupts compulsively because he
Man,
thinks
and
he's a
see,
bulldozer in
this
conversations.
goes back to
And he's
what
just
Big
really a
J
pussy
is.
ass nigga.
Big J, you're absolutely right.
He feels intimidated
People
by
can't
any man that
I
is
don't
making
feel
sense.
intimidated.
Yes, you do.
Okay,
You
but
are intimidated by
I
Dave
do
and Big J.
I
Yes, you
do
are.
feel intimidated
And
by a
I'm gonna make
loudmouth
you
woman
feel it.
right now.
I'm gonna make you feel it.
Okay, once again,
I'm gonna spread you low and wide and make you feel
substandard
it, nigga.
ability to argue a point is always something that I
You
have to
probably
deal with.
already been busted through, nigga. That's
Okay,
why you feel intimidated by
see,
people.
all of a
You're
sudden it
scared
gets
little
all
boy,
racial.
deep,
See,
deep,
y'all
deep
can't do
on
anything
the
but
inside.
racial.
Happy
Let
Saturday
me
to you and your
let
pussy
me
ass
let,
Hey,
on.
let me shoot.
wait. Look at this. Listen to this woman. Listen to this woman. She can't argue a point, so she has to bring out the N-word, and Deacon Dave's talking about race. Dude, y'all are going back to your comfort zones. You need to come on out.
I said, thank God there was no race involved. But let me shoot you
That's
some
all
bail,
you said,
Stanley,
Dave.
because
That's all you
Right.
said.
So you brought
right,
race into it.
however you interpret that. But I'm a Browns fan. I'm a Browns fan, so I know how hard it is to get a win on the road, Stanley. You have yet to get
Okay.
one.
I have yet to. What would I be winning, Dave?
Not this conversation.
And ego
Okay.
boost.
You know
That's
what?
all you
See,
looking
and
for.
this is
An
another thing
ego
that
boost.
MAGA
Stanley, that's
folks
all
do.
you ever
They think
do.
they
You're
think
not
they
trying to be
win when
reasonable
they
with people.
lose.
You are looking for
Okay,
an ego
what the
boost.
hell is your problem, Mel?
Something is wrong with you. That's the problem.
And it's not your problem.
Something is wrong with you,
It is
and that's the
not
problem.
your
Stanley
problem,
versus
ma'am.
the world. What kind of goofy shit is that? The world don't
You
give a
know
fuck
what?
about you,
You know
Stanley.
what? Yeah, okay, Mella. Good one, Mella. Good one.
I'm not that cold, but he getting in your
You
ass,
know what?
Stanley.
You know what? It does not hurt my feelings because she sounds like she's drunk. Okay, what does Stanley versus the world have to do with the world caring about
What does
me?
sound like I'm drunk mean?
You know, you
What does
always sound like
sound
you're
like?
drunk.
Like
You
this is that
always,
preaching stuff
hey,
that you
it
do to feed your ego. Oh,
being
God
drunk
forbid
sounds like
she's
Mella.
clapping him
I
in
don't
her
even
own
use the
accord.
term
Oh no,
drunk
she must have had
anymore. I
something to
just
drink.
go, you
Right?
sound
That's how
like
she's so
Mella.
bogus with me. She must have
You
had something
sound
to drink.
like
She's
yourself,
clearly
Mella.
not that fearless without a drink. Nigga, please.
Uh, uh,
I am a
again,
bronze
yeah,
star,
yes. Look
well
at all, dude.
decorated
Look at this
Gulf War
over the
veteran,
top,
man.
over
I
the
will
top,
destroy your
blathering
ego. Do you
on about
understand me?
nothing, dude.
Do you understand me?
Mella, you
Do
need to work
you
on your own ego
understand me?
first. Okay, Mella, you sound like a drunken fool.
No, I sound like I'm intimidating you.
Contain
I
yourself.
sound like I'm intimidating
You
you.
need to get
You
yourself
wish
another
I
drink to keep
was.
that mouth busy so you don't
It's
sound like a
too early in
blithering
the
idiot.
day to do that, Stanley. What else you
Not for
got?
you. It's not for you.
What else you got?
I've
What else
seen
you
you
got,
drunk
man?
at all times of the day.
What else you got, man?
I don't need any more, Mella.
What else you got?
I don't need any more, Mella.
Because
I'm
those
ready to
tactics
move
don't
on.
work, baby.
Like I was saying,
What else you got? I've been
you
wanting
know,
to dig in your
you came
ass
all the way up
and
here
pull
to
out
sound
your
like a
baby
fool.
ego for a long time. And I
Mella,
couldn't do it on your
please.
channel because
Mella,
your
you
pussy
ain't
ass would
doing
drop me off.
shit.
But guess what?
All you're doing,
You know what Big
you're
J not
doing
gonna
a
do?
fail.
Big J is not
All
gonna
you're
drop me
doing,
off. I
see,
got you,
all you're
nigga.
doing,
I got
see,
you,
this is
nigga.
what they do.
And
They
this is what I'm gonna
overtalk
do to
so
make
no
you
one else can get a
remember
word in
to think
edgewise, and they
twice
call
before
it
you
a
fuck with
win.
me, nigga.
may I cut in?
Yes,
May I
Oh, please do.
I
cut in
respect
on
you,
this
Big J.
dance?
Yes, you may.
I would like to get back to the topic, but Mela, are you trying to fuck Stanley? Because
I'm trying to.
that's what it sounds like to me. It sounds
Lord,
like, man,
what the hell?
you trying to fuck. That sounds like me that like you want
I
some dick.
haven't had sex last night, so I mean, people get.
Wait, stop. Say that
That's
again.
right.
Stop.
I
Stop.
didn't have
Say
sex
that
last
again.
night.
Huh?
I didn't have sex last night. The person I want to fuck, I'm seeing tonight.
You talking?
Well,
You
just
talking?
Barry.
Hold.
So I'm
Are
getting
you?
all this out the way so that I can be a very pleasant woman when I fuck tonight.
Yuck. How ladylike.
Yeah, I get it out here so I don't have to do it here. You understand?
Oh my
The
God.
more abrasive I am with pussy ass niggas like you, I do not have to approach who
That's
my
right. That
lover
way you
is
don't have to
in that
call
way.
whoever it is you're with tonight a pussy ass nigga, right? Take it
He's
all out
not.
on me. So, cause see, you
He's
be
not.
calling him that.
He's not.
Some people have
Why
cigarettes.
is
You
it
just
that you're
start
the only
talking.
man on the panel I referred to as a pussy ass nigga? Have you thought
I
about
know.
that?
I
I didn't
have.
refer to Big J in that manner.
I
No
have
way.
all your
Only you.
attention, is what I'm thinking.
Only you. I
I'm
can
bathing.
pick
I'm
up on it,
bathing in your attention.
and you ought to be bent over for it.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Are you going to meet up with Devastating for you? Are you and him
No,
trying?
no. We were entertaining the audience. That's it.
Entertain the audience. That's what y'all kids call it these days. Okay.
Yeah, there's no personal
Mm-hmm.
conversations between me and that man. We
Mm-hmm.
actually, he was giving controls on that channel, and to keep
Mm-hmm.
the audience riveted, we just
Mm-hmm.
created a story.
Riveted, she said. She said riveted.
Riveted.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Everybody
Riveted
was
condoms,
asking if
huh?
we was
Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
together. Everybody
Yeah.
was asking
Riveted
if I was
condoms, y'all.
with
Yeah.
him.
Yeah. But
That
she want to try those riveted condoms. But
you know what?
go
Black
on, Melly. Go ahead.
people, a lot of times they grew up watching television as their babysitter, which included soap operas. I know how to captivate an audience. I really do. Captivating
Mm-hmm.
people means discovering a mystery. Devastating for you and myself created a mystery.
Captivated does not mean discovering a mystery.
Oh, thank you so much, pussy ass nigga.
Yeah. A mystery under them clothes. Mm-hmm. Mystery. This
And
robe.
what is
This
going
robe of the
on with
mystery.
them? What is going on with them? It worked. You still talking about it? What, 2 years, 3 years later? It worked. You're welcome.
I'm just saying. I mean, you act all hot and heavy and shit. I'm just saying that you talking Devastating, or you talking to Stanley?
Did he
I
talk to
just want to know.
Devastating that
But
way?
see, I don't do sloppy seconds though.
Oh, oh,
Did I talk to Devastating that way, Big J? The way I'm talking to
no,
Stan? No, I did
no,
not. You know why?
no, but no. Why?
Even though he disrespected you, Big J, he called you a booger mouth motherfucker, all that kind of shit. I was
Uh-huh.
just like, wait a minute, Devastating. You need to slow your roll. Big J is a staple on Black YouTube. Like he actually has archives of valuable information so people can construct the history. And I defended you. And this is what you do, Big J. This is what you do.
No. This is not what
Okay,
I
I'm going to the
do.
restroom. I'll be right back.
Oh, you going to the
Conjure up
restroom?
your pseudo apology, if you will, or if you don't, I'm still gonna be with you, Big J. You actually have valuable historic information about the way people communicated and the beefs and how things went and who knows who and what does what. I would
Mm-hmm.
I would urge you, you would think, and I would also urge you to consider, not being a gossip artist.
Oh, I'm gossiping.
Now,
She
I'm
accused
going
me
to
of
the
gossip.
restroom. You think about that. I'm going to the restroom. I'll be back in maybe 5 minutes or less. Bye.
She's
Yeah,
just
yo,
she's just
yeah.
anti-male this morning.
She got you
For
guys
sale battery.
activated.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know
Well,
what?
getting back to the
Y-
serious topic, I actually think that if any good comes out of this, you need to understand the nature of what Trump is trying to build with ICE. They will be able to murder citizens on the street and get away with it.
Oh, come
I
on with
think
that fear
that's where
mongering
we're
shit.
headed. Oh
It's fear
no.
mongering,
I'm
bro.
dead. I'm not even being hyperbolic.
I'm not being hyperbolic. I'm not being hyperbolic. Yeah, I'm fully aware what's going on. I'm fully aware what's going on. But people are on this gender war and talk about stupid shit like dresses and shit, and being distracted about, if you just see what happened in Venezuela, and now he's making threats to Iceland, and he's talking about he wants to bomb Mexico. Yeah, yeah. Angelica said, "Wait, what he say? Uh, I think she's referring to you. What is it? That Donald Trump wants to start some shit, and that has the people kill American citizens. Yeah, I'm not being hyperbolic on that. I actually believe it.
Yeah, you don't ramp up. I mean, he's literally sending ICE wherever he wants them to go. It's his own personal, it's going to wind up being his personal police force.
Mm-hmm.
He hears a rumor from some YouTuber about, Somalis in Minnesota. He has a problem with Tim Waltz already. So what does he do? He sends his personal protection force or his personal police force to, go and crack down. I guarantee you,
Let's leave the facts out.
nothing will come of it. No, let's not.
The roads lead to Minnesota. They lead to Chicago. They lead to New York City. All these sanctuary cities and shit like that.
Okay.
If there was an invasion of illegal immigrants, they would go to those places.
Invasion, he said, right?
Quote unquote.
Okay.
Freudian slip.
But Deacon, where did these illegals come from?
It doesn't matter.
No. It do matter.
The illegals gotta go. So he said his teams where they congregate the highest level of finding.
See again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask this question again. Where did these illegals come from, Deacon?
Wherever. They could be students who overstay their visa. They could be work permit,
the point I'm saying though, Deacon said, well, man, they came from they came to these sanctuary cities. Okay. Well, how come you didn't talk about sanctuary cities in San Antonio or sanctuary cities like, in red states?
Yeah, we're talking about where ICE.
Hold on. How come ICE is not in the cities that are in red states in the same volume as there are in Minnesota and Chicago and so forth?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
San Antonio, Texas. I'm using as a prime example. San Antonio is a sanctuary city. How come you don't see ICE as much as you see ICE in Minnesota and Chicago?
If you want my honest opinion, I think he wants to send ICE to these cities that don't have any type of voter registration, and we're just giving people ballots and, go ahead and send them in, that kind of thing. I think he is aimed at more of that than, just a sanctuary city. Not only that, there's other levels of incidents that would cause for him to aim at that. Plus Tim Walz.
Trump is literally doing a political. Trump is doing political vendettas.
Right. Because I'm gonna tell you why. Right. So you ever heard of accomplice to a crime? Right. If you mean aiding and abetting, right? That's also a crime, right? So why would the governor of Texas, the governor of Florida, and the governor of Arkansas, who all Republicans and all MAGA, sent their illegals to Chicago, Martin Vineyard, and other sanctuary cities outside of their states? Wouldn't they be arrested for aiding and abetting illegal immigrants? At the same time, it's also called enfragglement, because that is kidnapping by deception. But anyway, that is aiding and abetting, because you're freeing these illegals on somebody else's part rather than arresting them and containing them for ICE. Now, Are you aware of that?
I,
Are you aware of that, Deacon?
I don't have a problem with what you're saying. Is it relevant to where we're talking about?
These illegals came from Texas and Florida is what I'm saying. Because the state government sent them over to these sanctuary cities in other states. So by that logic, Governor Greg Abbott aided and abetting in illegal trafficking of illegal immigrants. By that logic.
By that logic, sure.
Shouldn't the governor, DeSantis, Abbott should be arrested for sending illegals to Chicago and Minneapolis and Martha's Vineyard?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well then,
it would be more than them, right? It would be pretty much everybody,
right? And Jugga said yes. Florida, Texas did bust people up north. Yes, even they put them on airplanes, state-owned airplanes.
Yeah, that was not cool.
Right. So why ain't the focus on that though, Deacon?
I don't know.
How come Trump? No.
I'm not Trump. Like, you need to ask Trump this. I don't have his agenda.
But Trump is your boy though. Trump is your
you
boy.
keep saying that. You haven't even proved that he's my boy. I know that those people there are serving a purpose. ICE is in Minnesota to serve a purpose. I didn't put them in Minnesota.
Yeah, there to serve Trump.
Start in Minnesota. I would start in California.
Basically, what Trump is doing, and by the way, a judge just basically stayed the decision. Trump, 5 Democratic states. Trump is talking about withholding funds for basically social safety net for children. Funny enough, 5 Democrat states. California, Illinois, and Minnesota. There, basically, what Trump is doing is a full court press against people he perceives to be his political enemies. The problem, Trump, this ICE thing, we're just seeing the beginning of it. They're gonna have problems. We're gonna have problems for the rest of 2026 and beyond. ICE is basically going to be Trump's personal police force.
It would seem that way if you hate the guy that much. My goodness.
Okay, I don't hate Trump. And I also don't think Trump is the biggest. Trump is not the biggest problem with MAGA. The MAGA voters are.
Right, the voters, the majority of the country.
I'm not stuttering when I say literally MAGA voters are the problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are.
Mm-hmm.
They are. I think MAGA is a mental illness. It's if you listen to them talk, right? They like that they see Trump as a daddy or as a father figure of sorts.
Well, didn't Tucker Carlson say "Daddy's home"?
Right.
You remember that speech?
Mm-hmm.
Like America is like a recalcitrant teenager, and Trump is the daddy. He said this the summer of 2024. Daddy's home. So
That is sickening.
That's all right. I mean, I think Trump is really just a temporary problem. What we do with the Trump voters and ICE post-Trump are going to be a problem.
You got 3 years and 10 days, and everybody just needs to remain calm.
Well, they need to stay away from killer ICE.
They need to stay away from those liberals who think that it's okay to drive their cars into federal agents.
Okay, how do you know she was a liberal? You got proof of that?
Yes, I do, and I can't wait to share that link with
what's
you when you fire up early.
Okay, good. It says the link says she was a liberal. Okay, gotcha.
No. There are indicators of liberalism. And yes, I did.
Did you say indicators of liberalism?
Yeah. It's
Okay,
the
you
first
better.
one and the
what
biggest
are
one that I see consistently is disingenuousness. And I see
Okay,
that with you.
dude,
And
you
it's
you
across the
keep
board, bro.
asking people. You keep asking Big J for proof. How about you provide some proof now, there, buddy?
What, that she was a liberal?
Yes.
Okay, give me a second.
what are the indicators of liberalism? What are the indicators?
Well, number one, TDS. That's a real thing. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
CBS.
a real thing. That's a
This
real thing.
obsession that everything that a man does in the seat of the presidency is a
Oh,
personal attack against. Sorry.
okay. I'm gonna ask the question again. What are the indicators?
I'm speaking hyperbolic, but
Yeah,
yeah.
item by item. Please answer the question,
Yeah,
please.
yeah. What are item by item of these indicators?
Well, for me, I have my own list, and it may not be.
See. We're going. Go on. Entertain me. Entertain me.
What is this thing with like it's us versus them?
Huh?
Ask Trump. He's talking about the what does he call it? What does he call the left? They're all enemies to him.
Mm-mm. Oh, I hate them. Like you said on Charlie Kirk's funeral. So
Yeah,
what you talk?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's real uniting. That's the kind of
Mm,
language that will bring the country together, right?
I'm
Give
waiting.
it up, Dave.
I'm waiting for Dave to give us all these indicators. I'm waiting for these indicators now.
Hold on. I'm doing my research. As a matter of fact, I'm getting you some links. Hold on.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, all I have to say is
I'll
that
put something in the back chat to help you,
I
Dave.
think that half the country argument is
As
kind of it's a
Dave's
quicksand argument.
representative, I put something in the back chat that may bring the conversation forward, so he doesn't have to step away.
So Dave, that
I don't want you all talking
country,
about him behind his back while he's doing research.
yeah, we don't care what you want, Mela.
Yes,
So
you do.
apparently
somebody wants you and me to get down.
I think the half the
Big
country
Dave.
argument is actually not
Hey,
much
wait
of
a
an
minute, Bill.
argument.
You sound like you
If you
want to
go,
fuck.
if
I'm like, wait a minute, Big J. That you stepping on my toes, Big J.
What?
if you
What's
go,
up with that?
I
if
say
you go and
anything.
you
You
look,
making these assumptions about my intimate thoughts. I have no intimate thought regarding Stanley. I respect the fact that he is a comrade or whatever word you want to use. He is a veteran, right? I don't even give a damn that he's an officer. He's a veteran. I will appreciate that, but his personality is some bullshit.
that's
And I've
none
been
of your
waiting to jump
concern.
on him. Oh my God.
I don't
Wait, stop, hold. You
And
said
that's
you
what
want
made you think about sex, because I said I wanted to jump on him. And it's like, so your mind reverted to sex because of that? I'm talking about arguing with this man. I'm not talking about having sex with this man, but your mind went right to that, Big J. I'm disappointed.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you
I'm
right.
disappointed.
This is about the third time you came over here, right, Mel? And you and him be hooking horns for the third time over here. It seems though you had some sexual
Hooking
beef.
horns, huh?
No,
Sounds to me you might be horny, Big J.
it seems that you know what, Mella. I'm gonna be truthful. I want to see you naked. Now, anyway, back to the point.
And that's why your mind reverted to that.
Now, anyway. Okay, yeah.
Now that you got that out the way, we can continue.
I got that out the way. Now,
we can continue.
The thing is, it seems to me, Mella, you got some sexual beef. Okay, it seems to me you got some sexual beef with Stanley and shit.
No, Big J, you just want to imagine that.
Well, the way you said, man, no, Mella, you said you want to jump on him. The way you said jump on him, I'm like, huh?
When gang members fight and they jump on each other, that's what my reference would be, but you take it to sex. So
And
people
that's her.
can't use the
That's
word
her.
dump anymore.
That gang member stuff. That's her sexual cosplay.
And here we go with the sex. Like, what is it with so? You know what? What is it with a man's early morning hard on that
Oh
becomes
my God.
a problem
What?
when they hear a woman's voice? It's like, damn, I
Wait.
wish
No,
I
no,
had
no.
something to
Notice.
do with
No,
this
wait.
morning wood.
Stop.
I wish I had
Notice.
something to do with this morning wood. And this is what I mean. Come on, man. Like, come on, man.
Notice.
Come on,
Notice.
man.
Mela. Hold on. Notice Mela is talking about
What
morning
the hell,
wood.
man?
No. I want
Yeah.
y'all to know. Notice that Mela's talking about morning wood. The last time she was over here, what was we talking about? Morning wood.
I have no idea.
Well, I'll have you know.
Mela, you was on the panel
Why
when
don't
we
you
mentioned
remind us?
morning wood.
Why don't you
Okay.
remind us,
Yeah.
Pickle? I'm going to trust that you are not gossiping, that you are
I'm
going
not
to
gossiping.
report. You're going to
You
report an
said it.
actual
You said it though.
conversation. What happened, Big J?
Uh, uh, I forgot what was the conversation about.
Then be
Stanley.
quiet about it.
I was about to say that Dave talking about, this half the country opposing each other. I'm not so sure that it's more than half. I don't think it's a half and half if the polls are to be believed. Trump is not popular. I don't think half the country's supporting him anymore. It's maybe it's still, well, I think it's his base, which is probably more like 30 to 40%. He's not doing
I
a
like
good
that you
job.
said that. I like that you said that. So data does matter since you brought in polls. You're
No,
referring to data.
I'm making a no. I'm making a rhetorical argument. I haven't brought data into it other than if the polls are to be believed. It's not a data-driven argument. It's rhetorical.
Okay.
Yeah, I see you put something in the back chat regarding a link. Is that information with data or
No. This is just proving that Renee Good was the liberal.
I see. Okay, I'll look it up. Thanks.
So is this supposed to be a crime because she's a liberal?
No, but this is also what motivated her to drive into a law enforcement officer.
I think she is a pot smoker.
I think she's a lunatic.
Yeah, that makes a huge
I want it
difference, right?
yesterday. I want to know what was in her bloodstream to make her think that doing what she did that led to her demise was a good idea.
Well, I don't think anybody will be making that mistake anymore. You might get your head blown off.
Why do y'all love Twitter so much when that's the belly of the beast? That's the belly of hell.
It's really not. There's a left section of Twitter that you go in and they condemn anything that sounds right leaning. There is a space. The problem is that people believe that it's all right leaning. They just don't know that they don't know where to find their home on Twitter, if you will. Like your group is there. You just don't know where it's at.
You see, this is what you sent us, right? Her wearing a protect trans youth. Okay, and I don't think that's her anyway.
Right. That's not her. You're right.
Right. So why you saying that is her? Why you making try to see that's her? See, this woman is different from this. This is Megan, the Renee Good right here. This is not her. I know what you're gonna say. Or like what you think? Saying all white women look the same and shit.
They would say that about your black ass.
Look, maybe, but still, maybe, but I ain't, Now you said
There
it's
we
10
go.
feet, right?
These are the type of people that we're sitting up here acting like, oh, they're dead wrong. It's like, come on, man. They've already been labeled as lunatics. We've seen the actions that these people do. They take. This is
Now,
par for the
now,
course.
now I'm waiting for this 10 feet, 10, 15 feet.
This video is safe to show, so you don't have to worry about that. It's nothing crazy. You might want to cut it off after. All right, so this is where he gets out the car.
Hold on.
You could add sound if you want.
If he was hit 15 feet away, not only would he have sustained injuries, but he would not have had the wherewithal to shoot her in the face. Like that's too far of a distance to hit he was not thrown 15 feet away, as you indicate, Dave.
Well, this isn't the link I gave him. That video wasn't what I said.
Explain this 15 feet theory.
Yeah. I'm looking. I'm waiting for. Can I join? Go ahead and join if you want. Yeah. Let me give Angelica the link. I guess she's want to jump on the panel. I assume.
Do you want to
I
see
should
her
be in
naked
bed
too?
by now, but
Do you want to see her naked too, BJ?
Lord. Angelica's fine as fuck. Hey. This is see, Mella.
In your world of paradise,
you
you would see all women naked, Big J. It's not just me. It's not just potentially Angelica. It's all women. You love a woman's body, and
you're giving off this sexual energy.
No, that was you that brought that up.
I do love a woman's body.
I want to jump on that jerk, and you automatically translated that in your brain into sex, and it's so not cool. I never gave any indication that I'm intimately attracted to that man.
I'm sorry.
And you jump to it. And then you turn around and say, you know what, Mella, fuck it. I want to see you naked. And I'm like, there it is. He can't deal with his morning wood. There it is. He heard a woman's voice. He was reminded of his morning wood or his before going to sleep wood. And
anyway,
like,
let's put this up real quick. Let's put this up. Let's put this up real quick. So,
welcome to the panel, Angelica.
Oh, I thought she was up here already.
Oh, I thought you put the overlay up there.
I'm trying. Is my overlay showing? Look like everything froze. Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah, no, it's up here.
I see it.
Okay, yeah. I'm trying to cover up, his Twitter and you know how fucked up Twitter is. So I ain't trying to show no, the aftermath, because there is the aftermath of the, after they remove her body, and you can see the blood all over the dashboard and shit. And that's what I was trying to avoid,
Oh yeah, you don't want to show that. Yeah, that's too graphic.
Yeah. Right. That's why I had to overlay up, because I'm trying to stop all that shit. So, let me see.
Like I said, it's sad that she had to lose her life, but
she had to lose her life. Oh, really?
She chose to. She made a bad decision.
Yeah. She made him pull his
Good
weapon,
Lord.
right?
Mella, get him. He's doing that thing again. Get him.
I'm not
Oh
an
yeah,
attack
he's
dog.
doing that thing of
I'm not
holding
an
you
attack
accountable for
dog,
your
Dave.
holding you accountable for your words.
She
I
made
know
a
you're
bad
not used to
decision, and
be.
it cost
I
her
know
her
you.
life. That's what happened.
You know
You
what?
might as
You know,
well
She
and
go
rest
made
in
on
a.
to
peace
your
to her.
I will admit that she made a bad decision. Probably
Miller
voting for
get 'em.
Trump was a bad decision. Just think, if you hadn't voted for Trump, she might still be alive.
If I didn't vote for Trump, God knows where we would be. Good Lord.
Well, God knows where we
Your
are,
boy
and it's
Tim
not a
Walz
good
is in the
place.
middle of a fraud case. They're building
Again,
a case against
again,
Tim Walz.
again, nothing
Imagine
to
that on
do
a
with my
vice
point.
president level.
See,
That's horrible.
nothing annoys me
I'm a good
more.
judge of character with people.
Nothing annoys me more when people start grasping for straws. That is, nothing you said supports the point.
Yeah, but you're making random points. It doesn't.
No, I'm not making
What you're
random
saying
points at
doesn't
all.
even. What you're
What
saying
I'm
is something that
saying
you
is
can't
that
predict, son. You're just
I'm
throwing
holding
random shit out
tight.
the wall, and you want to
I'm
see what
holding
sticks.
tight
That's
to
all
the
this is about.
theme that ICE is becoming Trump's personal stormtroop.
Well, if the last administration didn't allow so many
Okay, once again, we
illegal
want to
immigrants
talk
into the
about the
country,
last administration, but not
you
what
were
Trump
talking
is
about
doing.
cause and
Do
effect.
you
You said
want
if I
to
didn't
talk?
vote for Trump, she would probably still be alive. Well,
You
if there
do
wasn't
not
a
want
mass
to
invasion
talk
of
about
illegal immigrants, you guys were
talk
calling them
about what
asylum
Trump
seekers.
is doing.
You were calling them
Talk about
asylum
what
seekers
Trump is doing, not what
in
Biden did.
2020, 2024.
Okay, okay. Let me go ahead and do this real quick, right? We're gonna show the footage, and yeah. I'm gonna take this overlay down real quick. Okay, let's put this overlay down. Let me see, where is it at? Okay, yeah, okay. Let's put this down. So Dave, you said 10 feet, right? You said 15 feet, right? Dave.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, let's play the footage. Let's play this footage because I think you said it's cap. Anyway.
Make sure you review all three angles, though.
No! No! Shame!
Now, where is the 10 feet at?
Did you see 2 feet?
Dave?
Did you see
No,
2 feet?
you said 10.
Did you see 2 of them?
2 what?
Did you see 2 feet? Did you see any feet in this angle?
Okay, where exactly is anyone in danger? I see daylight.
Right. Where is danger at?
Say, get the hell out the fucking car. Verbatim.
Right.
Like what kind of professional intent is that? He's not, he was on some power shit.
Where's the you're under arrest? You're being
Stanley.
detained. Where is any of that?
I agree with Stanley when
you don't just tell someone it is not a lawful order until you say, hey, you're under arrest, exit the car. So at some point you got to tell her why you need her to get out of the car. This is unprofessional behavior. These guys think they're above the law.
And Trump is weaponizing them.
Now, do you get my point, Dave?
Nope.
You're mighty silent.
Nope. You guys are going to talk. I'm going to let you talk.
No, dude, we're looking at the video. And don't tell me about 3 different angles. I see daylight.
Yeah, Trump is on some kill 'em all shit. Oh, he's
let's play this
again.
Make any sense. No, let's play this again.
You want to look for the other 2 angles, or you just
Dave,
want to play this?
Dave, you said 10 feet, right? You said the man was ran over and hit for 10 feet. You said that.
Right. You can't even see where
Okay.
you can't see
Yeah,
where he
no,
moved
another
2 feet.
angle's gonna show that, right?
Yes,
Right,
because this
right,
doesn't even
right.
jive. This doesn't jive
So
with the body cam footage.
the man though who was supposed to be hit, he was in front of the car, right? You talking about the guy in front of the car, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's play this, right? Let's play this again.
No! No! Shame! Shame! Oh my fucking god! What the fuck? What the fuck? You just fucking, what the fuck did you do? You are a fucking criminal!
Now you said 10 feet. Dave, you said 10 feet.
You can't judge it from this angle.
Bruh.
No, what Dave is
No,
would
you
would
it seems to me, man, you have no depth perception. That's not 10 feet.
Hold on,
Good
let me get you
morning,
another angle. Let me get you another angle.
everybody.
what he's
Could I
the guy that
jump in real quick?
Let Angelica talk real quick. She just got on there.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Yeah, this video isn't really sufficient, I think, to illustrate dude's argument. I was watching a live stream when this happened, and it was coming from a video further down the block to the right where you could see the guy. And it looks like he kind of jumps out of the way. It should be on Status Coup News if you're looking for it. But it doesn't look like he's actually physically hit by the car. He kind of like pushes off the bumper where the headlight is, pulls out his gun and starts firing.
Right. Now I'm not going to search for it because because it's so I don't want to keep search for and see the graphic stuff. Or I'm just going to see. I don't want to see all that, so that's why I'm only use just one footage because I'm trying to be safe on this channel. So that's why I'm not going to be search for the other. I have seen the one from his vantage point, and even on that one, I'm like, he wasn't even in any danger.
Yeah, I know some people have been. Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, now I was about to say your first reaction shouldn't be your gun. It should be to get out of the way. And once you're out of the way, are you actually under imminent threat? These guys want to shoot first. And I guarantee you, now I don't know this for sure. It's just what I'm guessing. These guys are being told that, hey, we're going to have your back. It's a dangerous job out there. You do what you need to do to protect yourself, even if it's the wrong decision, but we're going to have your back. Guarantee you they're being told that. Because if they weren't being told that, they'd be a lot more cautious about this sort of stuff. Sometimes you just let them drive away, especially if you have the tag number.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I get that. I agree with that. I get what you're saying there. If you have the tag number, you have that option. Come on now. We done seen everything that black folk went through with police. And then we always ask, why didn't they do? I'm not done talking. I'm not done talking.
Are we? Okay.
No. I'm saying it's like everybody asks, why didn't they do this? Why didn't they do that? Coulda, shoulda, woulda. This thing happened in an instant. The guy made the decision to do what he did. And they're going to get that.
He should be held accountable for it. It was a bad decision.
Right. It was a bad decision. Me personally, nobody asked me what I would do. I wouldn't have shot nobody. I don't have that chip to be Johnny Law badass. I'm not saying that he was right. I'm saying that she was wrong.
Who's saying that she was wrong? She was right.
Right. Well, Wouldn't that man decide to make that decision? That was his decision. And you
Right,
know
and
that
he should be
they're gonna
held.
back up their enforcement
He
officers. Is
should
my
be
point.
held accountable. Okay, well,
My
I
point
get your
is they're
point.
gonna back up their enforcement officers. Now after that,
Exactly.
it's that's the end of the argument.
Okay, well, then that they're going to back them up, right or wrong decision, that is scary.
Which you don't. She should have got out the car. She should have stopped the car.
You know what? She should be, if she had driven off, they should have thrown the book at her.
She took her chance.
But no. That should not be a life or death decision that she made. He made the mistake and he needs to be held accountable.
That was her decision that she made. What you
Okay,
want me?
Dave,
You want them to like? You can't take that
you
back. It
think you're
happened.
making sense
There's no
and you
redos.
don't. No one is saying she was right. She wasn't making life and death decisions. She was nowhere near threatening that dude physically. He feared for his life, because I did hear that maybe he'd been dragged by a vehicle or something like that. The thing is that if he was fearing for his life because he had a bad experience and was injured a month ago, why was he even on the streets?
Uh-oh.
Why was he even there? He was a loose cannon if the background story is to be believed. No one else pulled a weapon.
You're doing the whataboutism.
No. It's not whataboutism.
It's not about whataboutism. It's, if he was under psychiatric care for a traumatic moment, why was he on the field? So that they can use the excuse that he was under psychiatric care?
Well, no, they're just basically, I don't know where I read that. It was in like the Washington Post or something, but the way releasing that backstory seems to be designed, and this is just me guessing, I don't know for sure, but hey, we're supposed to have sympathy because the guy kind of had a hair trigger because he'd been dragged by a car and he'd been injured and all that sort of stuff. So we're supposed to feel sympathy for him. But my question is, why was he even on the streets? Don't release the story because people are going to start asking, well, if that might be the reason he was quick with the trigger, well, that means he wasn't in his right mind. He wasn't making sound decisions.
You're right.
Yeah, I agree. To me, what it indicates is that he would be more prone to use his service weapon than anybody else he was working with at the time.
But do you think though he's going to get away with it after seeing all the footage, all the angles and everything?
Under the Trump
Yes.
administration, yeah.
Absolutely.
Because they're not going to be allowed. The state is not going to be allowed to charge him. They're blocked out of the investigation. I guarantee you that he will walk. The feds aren't going to bring charges.
They're already making up excuses about using her car as a weapon. That's crazy.
Well, Vance is already saying that, hey, he's got immunity either way because he works for the executive branch. So they're already stretching
And
that
there it
Supreme
is.
Court decision. They're already stretching that. This is really heinous.
He did
We
not
need
say
to get.
that verbatim.
No.
That's how you're interpreting it. He did not say that.
No,
Just be clear.
That's how the Washington Post is interpreting it, and I agree.
That's not what Vance said.
Okay, I didn't say he said it, and if I implied
Said
that,
Vance,
my bad.
And now it was the Washington
What
Post.
they're trying to do.
You quoted it as if Vance said it.
No, I did not.
Then
I
you
did no
attributed
such
the quote
Dave,
to the Washington
Dave,
Post.
Dave, I
Be
did no
clear.
such thing. I did no
A minimum
such
requirement, Stanley. Just be clear.
thing. I did no such thing, Dave. You're making it up. what they're trying to do, what Vance is trying to do. Trying is not saying, Dave. You need to understand the difference.
Shout out to the 18th, and he's in the chat room. But go ahead, y'all. Go ahead.
No, I'm done. These guys are going to get away with it. They are moving. I'm not one to. I was kind of like, nah, you're not going to be able to really weaponize ICE to the extent that you can just move them from one city to another. But that's exactly what Trump is doing. He is using ICE as his own personal political vendetta force.
They're the new Klan. That's why they wear masks, for goodness sakes. They're the new Klan.
It's kind of like the
They're the new KKK.
It's kind of like
2.6.
it's kind of like the killing fields of Brazil, like when what's his name, he used the death squads of Brazil. I think this back in the 60s and 70s.
They're
something
death
like that.
squad.
Say what?
They are a death squad.
You breaking up?
My bad.
She said,
"Well, I don't know. That might be a little too far. They're moving in that direction. They killed two in California. Was it California? No, Portland.
Yeah,
but it's kind of a different thing.
Yeah. Well, like they also got a couple in California. It's two of them in California, two of them in Portland. So, or
there's been a total of 41 people that have been shot by ICE.
Ooh. Wow.
Since this whole thing has started. 41 people. Some of them have died. Some of them have just been injured. So.
Does anybody have the Border Patrol numbers?
And I mean, and this is really what I came to say, and I know that nobody... Not offhand, no.
You cut off. You said what now, Angelica?
No, he asked for the Border Patrol numbers, and I said not offhand.
No, there was something you said before that.
No, I was starting to say, because I've been listening to other places talk about this issue, and I've heard a few Black folks kind of try to make parallels between this and like Black people who have just generally been murdered by police.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that it's a scary notion when we start like saying that, this life should be equivalent to that life because Black lives have been extinguished and nothing has been done. I mean, at the end of the day, the argument should be a life is a life and it should have its innate value regardless, right?
And that's why I titled this live stream "The Rudimentary Mindset." People are so, this rudimentary, limited mindset, these talking points that people are grasping at, and it makes no fucking sense, especially in the context of what's going on now. I mean, people are missing the plot, So
you want to know why? Because they don't read books.
Well, that's true. That's true. That's true.
Hey, Big J, I appreciate you dropping the link, man. I wanted to come up and talk about standards. We went to this because standards and where I took that conversation wasn't important enough in today's political climates. This is not something that I always do. I do like to bicker a little bit with Stanley. I drew him out the crowd. Kind of proud of myself for that because Nitish couldn't. And I'll be up there. Hopefully, I'll see you on Stanley's a little bit later. We're going to be talking about Shadow Jackson.
The crowd.
Yeah, that's a goal for me. It was a small goal.
You're proud of it, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you though, Big J. Stanley.
All right.
Take it easy, Dave.
And I don't know her name. Yeah, you guys
Yes,
have a good one.
Angelica. Yeah, Angelica.
Angelica.
Enjoy Saturday. Have a good
All right, y'all have a good
or
one.
day. Yeah.
Yeah.
He said nightish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was taking a beating from Nightish's in Nightish's chat the other day, and I wouldn't take the bait and go up on his panel.
Good job.
Oh,
That's good job. Good job. Good job. You know how nice it is. Nice is that bullshit.
Well,
right.
the thing is I have a show, so I can always just go and review the whole situation on my show. So I wasn't going to take that bait.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, I threw me off when he mentioned nightish. I'm like, because I've tried to listen to him. He's not for me. I'll just say that.
No, I like Nightish. He and I look. You know what? We go back and forth like that. He's a good guy.
I mean, he's
I
fun.
put
He's funny. He's funny. He's just not my type of content creator.
Right.
That's all.
I put a bounty on his ass though the other day though. He didn't like that shit. He didn't like that shit at all. I got tired of that shit. Man, you not a man until you get you some pussy and you ain't got
Oh
no
my Lord.
kids. Yeah, saying that's
What
man.
you
How I
need
said,
to stop. You need to stop falling for that. You gonna make me mad. Don't do that. Don't do
what?
that.
I'm
Don't.
making you mad.
You make me very frustrated when I hear you talk about other people and their comments towards you, about you, of you, piss you off, and I get it. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's like you choose what battles you engage in, right?
Right.
And you can
That's
also
true.
choose to opt out, which is awesome. I think there's more power in that than entertaining people and their fuck shit, you know?
Right.
I'm
Right.
about to piss
Right.
her off, Big J.
Yeah, I was about to piss her off though. But at least I had to shut him down, so at least I can say what I got to say. But he didn't like that shit at all though. But anyway, I'm glad though he didn't get to speak for 20 minutes. So yeah. But anyway, yeah, you're right, Angelica. You're right.
Yeah. So and that was it. I just wanted to come up and just bring out that particular part. And because I think almost I heard the brother that just left kind of mention that, like, like you know, because she's white and things like that, as if like to say that these things are going to be handled differently because she's a white woman. And I think when we start drawing kind of like these obscure parallels between violence on Black bodies by police and violence on white bodies by police, like there is some shape of an argument, but I think in this particular context to do it is like, for one, kind of in bad taste, because these people are being killed because they don't agree. They're at the wrong
Well,
place at the right time, I guess, and they don't agree. Some of them, are out there and doing some fuck shit. But even still, at the end of the day, like, even in this woman's case, like when I seen the video from down the street where you could see the guy, like she's clearly turning away from them and he pushes off of her car and then begins to fire. Like, could he have? Obviously he did. But does that mean that she deserved to die because she doesn't, she wants to be, it's a piece of nasty work that I'm not ready to commit to personally.
Right.
well, apparently she was some sort of cop watcher or something like that. She the word, I think I heard maybe somebody said Trump said that she had been harassing them all day. You know what a cop watcher is. They're people who just kind of
Yeah.
trail. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but I seen, because I read so much sometimes. But to the point, and to your title about the rudimentary, look, I've been on this rant and I've been pissing people like Nightish off when I say this. They don't know how to make cogent arguments. Okay. People do
Right.
not know how to use metaphor. They just, You know, what does this particular incident have to do with cops killing black men? Nothing.
Right, and then
Absolutely
I'm
nothing.
listening to, and yes, I'm partially attacking Taz too though because of this because I hear him all last night. Oh, the white bitch. Why are you talking about the white bitch this and white bitch that shit? I'm like, nigga, shut the fuck up. So I'm like, y'all really more worried about her being white than not what the cops are doing, not what the system is
Exactly.
doing. Right? What does
Yes.
her being white has to do with ICE is doing? When when
Hmm.
when when ICE is now knock out 2 black people out in California, when ICE has already knocked out somebody in Portland already, and like what Angelica said, there's 41 people. What does Renee Nicole Good's her being a Caucasian woman? What does that have to be? What does that have to do with the topic of the government, an arm of a government taking people out in broad daylight? You know, I'm just saying. So Taz needs to go to hell on that shit. I meant what I said. I meant what the fuck I said.
Well,
I
he's
mean,
been doing some sort of series on Somali, this fraud thing that's going on. And I haven't watched any of it because, I think everybody that I've seen, in this particular sector is getting it wrong. First off, they can't even pronounce, they call them Somalians. So as soon as I see that in the title, I'm like, I don't need to watch this. If you don't know it's Somali, I don't need to be watching that. But he's been on some weird stuff, it seems, about what's going on up there. So who knows what he's thinking?
it's rudimentary. Like
Right.
y'all don't look at the complex. There are
Mhm.
layers to all of this. It's not this simple racial. No, they try to make it all about a racial aspect rather than looking
Mhm.
at it from, okay, the government is doing this, the arm of an institution is doing that. Um, nobody, everybody's missing the plot. It seems like people in this space of YouTube is missing the plot. What's really more important, right? It's getting
So
is aggravating as hell to me. Go ahead.
So I may be misapplying the word here, but from what I get, there is like a level of catharsis with this because from what I'm hearing, it's like, okay, we're looking at like historically black bodies being harmed by police. And now there's this one instance, even though there's been multiple instances, but the one that's kind of trending is this woman who, if you were to place her as a black person in some other, similar circumstance and she was killed, nothing would be done about it. And then, because what I end up hearing is a lot of the unfortunately some of the same talking points when black people are killed by police that the opposition would use. Well, you should have
Mhm.
complied with the officer, or
Mhm.
you should have. And I think perhaps nobody has kind of laid that out as like a form
Right.
of opposition. Like, okay, so now because you're having what you feel as though is a cathartic moment doesn't mean that it's really nested in the right place. Like, okay, we kind of all generally assume that nothing is going to happen with these officers, right? But at
Mm-hmm.
the same time, does this justify this woman being killed? I mean, she's a mother. She's essentially, besides maybe the fact that she's married to a woman, she's all the things that these people want. Women in the home, taking care of babies, dropping the kids off at school. you know she's hitting the markers, and because she's compelled to feel a certain way and she decides, I mean, because the way that I remember watching the live stream yesterday was like she wasn't even there that long. She kind of like pulled around the corner, kind of like put the car in like not for nothing, in a position that was blocking traffic, kind of sat there, And then wife got out, was shouting, and like the wife, the partner was already there. You know what I'm saying? So maybe to check it out, maybe stand in solidarity with her partner. But even with all the fuck shit, right? We could say, she shouldn't have done that with her car. None of it justifies her not being here anymore. None of it. And if we're going to start using the same talking points when black bodies come to the same demise, like, are we any better than the people that we're constantly saying are the fucking boogeymen?
Well, the other thing is that if nothing is done when a black body is, killed, I think it's closer that nothing's going to be done as far as she's concerned. I mean,
Right.
I don't see, to be honest, why racialize it? It's going to be the same results. That dude's going to walk.
Yeah, I agree.
Respectfully, why we can't just be neutral when whites kill whites? Why do we feel a need to advocate for either side? Either it's the ICE agent or saludo.
Because though I'm an American citizen, and because though ICE has already killed two black people already, which
Big
you
J, that's actually my point.
hold on. This is the reason why I said y'all's arguments are rudimentary.
You didn't hear my argument, brother.
No,
What I'm saying is,
I heard it on
brother,
Bomb's
allow me to
channel.
complete the sentence.
I heard your argument on Bomb's channel. Come on.
You didn't. I didn't talk about this on Bomb Trade channel. The
Go
point
ahead.
is, exactly. Much love to you. Peace be upon the whole panel. My point is, since black Americans are killed by law enforcement agents, karmically, we will see whites killed by law enforcement agents. It's not our duty to advocate for the race of people that have been complicit in killing us. When they kill each other, let them advocate for themselves. They do not need our help.
Did anybody say that over here?
No.
Yes, actually, yes.
Exactly. No. Nobody
You've
over
been
here said
saying that the ICE
that.
agent was wrong. You were saying that she did not deserve to
Yeah,
die.
it's
And that's my point.
wrong,
Let her race
man.
advocate for her. She does not need you. When has a white woman ever needed a black man to advocate for her? Let them advocate for
That's not
themselves.
what are you talking about, Mulatto?
Well,
Exactly.
I'm speaking English.
No, you're speaking English badly. The point is
Uh-huh.
whether it was white, black, pink, mulatto, it doesn't matter.
Uh-huh.
The subject is more about ICE, and at least from my
Exactly.
perspective, ICE is a problem, and it's going to be a bigger problem. It's Trump's it seems
Exactly.
like it is moving towards being Trump's personal roving enforcement squad.
Exactly. So Stanley, hear me out. When has law enforcement not been a problem for black Americans?
Okay, well, this is not I'm not talking about Black America
No, I
specifically
didn't
in the
ask you that. I
different.
didn't ask you that.
Okay, no. What you're going to do is listen.
I'm asking
Okay,
when
this
was law
is not
enforcement not a
ICE
problem
is
for black
not
Americans?
ICE is not local law enforcement. It
Exactly.
is a federal agency, and in my
Exactly.
mind, a bigger problem than local law
Exactly. So
enforcement.
ultimately, the point is, since we can be cooked by law enforcement, why everyone else can't get cooked by law enforcement? Let them get
Okay,
cooked. Fuck them.
okay. It's a boutique point of view. I don't have an answer for,
And I'm glad you admitted that you don't have an answer. So to the rest of the
because
panel,
it's a ridiculous premise.
brother, you said your point. Please mute up. So since we can get cooked by
Well,
law
I don't
enforcement,
mute up just for the likes of you, Mulatto.
all right,
So
brother. But let's have a dialogue. But
I don't
Angel, I'm
agree
gonna
with
pass you the mic. But allow me to
catharsis.
complete the sentence. Let me say one sentence. I'll pass the mic right to you. The point is, since we are being cooked, everyone else could get cooked too. Fuck them. Now go ahead, sis.
Well, that's a very racialized point of view. I'm not taking that
It's very
racialized point of
logical
view.
as well. But let the sister speak.
Yeah, I don't want this to turn into an argument about, like, because it's been done to us, fuck it if it happens to somebody else. Like, I personally don't participate in that sort of thinking, right? Because my thing is looking at it, if it's wrong, it's wrong all the way around. It doesn't matter who the victim is.
Now, Angel,
Um,
can't you understand, with all due respect, Jelly, can't you
yes.
understand that this is the white racist karmic retribution that they are receiving? Really, it has nothing to do with us,
Yeah, he
and we
wants to
cannot
talk about
protect them
trauma.
from it. We cannot protect the whites from their karma. They have to experience it. Really, we must just stay out the way.
I don't inherently disagree. What I am also going to say is that if I see something that looks like it's a violation of a person's rights, regardless of their color, it's still for me a violation of that person's rights.
Mulatto
You
No, I
know,
hear,
the chickens
I
have
hear.
come home to
Go ahead,
roost type
sis.
of thing. That's what
And
he's
it's a
doing.
Exactly. That's exactly what
Y'all,
he's doing.
y'all watch.
it's a bullshit argument.
But the
Yeah,
sisters understand me though. You
yeah,
don't,
but
but the sisters understand me.
the
Yeah, well,
problem
you know
is,
what? I have comments on that. Again, if it is a federal agency, if it's a problem for white people, it's a problem for black people too.
The point is, when the same weapons that
The
whites use
point
against us.
is, looking at it racially seems ridiculous to me. It
Now I heard
affects
what you
us
said.
all. White, black, blue, mulatto, it doesn't matter. If it's a danger, if they can kill white women, imagine what they can do for everybody
We
else
don't have
who's
to
not a
imagine
white
they're already
woman.
killing us. Allow me to complete the sentence respectfully. Not
Okay, I don't
hypothetically.
give a fuck about your sentence, to be honest.
Not hypothetically. We're actually being killed by law enforcement agents. So when the
The
same,
and
difference
so
is
what?
that's
allow me to
And
complete
local
the
law
sentence. Don't be
enforcement.
triggered. Because right
This
now we're
is
arguing over a white
different.
woman.
Mulatto,
Hold on,
this is
family.
different
Do
from
y'all
your
realize we're
argument.
arguing over a white woman
Okay,
right
what
now?
you need to
no,
We're
no,
arguing
wait,
understand
over
is
a white
that
woman.
hold on. No, you hold
Yes,
on.
yes, we are.
No, you hold on. We're arguing
Go ahead.
about the federal government killing people,
Exactly.
nigga. That's
Now,
the
did you hear
point.
my did you hear my response?
We're not talking
When the
about
same
because she's white. We're not talking about because she's white. We're talking about the federal arm of the federal government killing people. See, a lot of y'all are rudimentary.
Big J, hear me out,
That's
brother.
why I have problems. That's why I yell and shout at y'all all the goddamn time because y'all's arguments is stupid.
Now, Big J, let me complete one sentence. When the same weapons that the whites use against
I
us,
don't give a fuck.
but let me clear the
It's
statement
the
for.
government.
Let me say the
I pay
statement for the
taxes.
listeners.
I pay taxes to the
Me
Senate.
too.
It should be
Exactly.
my concern because I pay taxes to the motherfucker.
Exactly. But let me make the statement for the listeners, please. When the same weapons that whites use against us are used against the whites, I will never cry about it. You should stop crying about it, respectfully.
Okay, you know what? You know what though? This, this rudimentary uh
You can get it out,
talking
brother.
point.
Go ahead.
No, no,
Articulate
no,
yourself.
no. Hold on. Y'all read too much of of Francis Quelch Wilson. All
You
right.
can't even get your lie out,
No, no,
brother.
no,
Go
no,
ahead.
no, no, no. Hold on. No, bro, shut. No, no. I'm talking. Okay.
Articulate
Thank you.
yourself, brother.
Because the thing, articulate myself. I
Yes,
articulate my ass.
articulate yourself efficiently, brother. Go ahead.
Okay, then boot your ass up out of here. Then, okay, this ain't Bomb's channel. You know, I ain't gonna let no bullshit just be stated. Now take your ass up and out of here. Now, nigga, this rudimentary argument that y'all make makes no fucking sense. And y'all been saying this shit for 12, no, actually for 15 years. Y'all be making the same ass argument. And y'all act like you're saying something that's powerful and shit. And all it is just a repeat that you heard from Francis Welch Wilson and Amos Wilson. Y'all just
don't
repeat
forget don't forget
Claude Anderson.
Neely Fuller.
Right,
Fuller.
and Neely Fuller. Stop repeating when do listen? I know the names I've mentioned. These people are respected, right? But y'all gotta have a mind of your own. Y'all just repeating something that somebody has told y'all, and y'all think what y'all been told is some special hocus pocus shit. We're talking about not the race of the person who was killed. We're talking about the person who was the person who was doing the killing, because we pay taxes to it. Damn. Y'all been doing this shit for 15, 20 years over here. It's making the same ass argument. And not even try to graduate to the next level. Y'all still playing Super Mario Brothers of 1985. Everybody else on Super Mario Galaxy at this point. Or Super Mario Universe. You know, come on. We're about 15, 20 years ahead of this shit. Y'all still on par part 1. Damn. Anyway, I'm sorry. That really pissed me off. And how can he talk about the white man when he calls himself mulatto? You just as white as you black. Be quiet. It don't make exactly, Stan. It don't make no sense. I mean, listen to these idiots on these panels, and I'd be like, man, I'm glad I stopped going on these panels, because man, they you know, this blood pressure be going up. Niggas just saying some stupid shit. Like y'all don't listen to what y'all actually saying.
Well, here's the deal, Big J. And then when you cut them off, their feelings get hurt. Like, dude, you can tell where somebody's going to go, especially if it's a bad argument, about half a sentence in. And then you cut them off. It's like, oh, well, I didn't get to, I didn't get to finish my argument. Now, I understand it is rude, but these people just, they're getting all their experience from YouTube panels. They're not, if you want to debate, if you want to have these discussions, you literally have to do a lot of reading, listen to other people speak in venues that aren't YouTube panels. I keep telling people, if you ever listen to Supreme Court hearings, okay, they cut each other off all the time because time is of the essence. And if you're doing like 3 paragraphs when a sentence will do, these guys just don't get it. And it's frustrating.
It's like, oh my God. You're like, can y'all get the plot? The plot is the police, not the race of the woman who was shot. We're not discussing that. We're not discussing about this so-called white bitch. Like what Taz be saying. Oh, the white bitch. Why y'all care about the white bitch? We ain't worried. We worry about the who made her dead. See, But anyway, I know I offended some people. I really don't give a fuck at this point. I'm tired of these arguments. Like, y'all need to graduate on how y'all think. Y'all standard operating procedure, y'all's default positions are automatically right. Going to be this. Like, come on.
Yeah, we know what your argument's going to be before you ever come up.
Right. Right. So, as soon as I saw his name, in the queue, I said, "Oh, here we go." I said, I'm gonna let his ass up. But yeah. Anyway, anybody else want to say something? Because I want to go to bed. So I just got from work. So yeah.
No, I was just, to me, that kind of confirms my initial kind of opinions about what I was hearing from everywhere else. And, because again, I don't mind if people disagree or look at something in a certain context. But there's this level of catharsis that's happening, which I just generally feel like it's just misplaced. It's just a real scary notion that, we're chucking all this stuff up to, oh, well, finally it's a white person and everything everything is good now. And it's like, no, it's not. It's still going to be fuck shit. And to Stanley's point, like, this is the arm of the federal government. This is not your local police where you can stand and with your signs out front of the local police department and put pressure on them. This is a different animal entirely.
Right.
And if we're just chucking it up and moving on, then, like, did we actually care when we were out in the streets? For some of us that actually were out in the streets when Black bodies were hitting the ground,
And now the argument is, well, we're not going to march because of the white woman, and then though, if it was a black man, we wouldn't. Black women would say we ain't gonna march for y'all. I mean, it's these same old tired ass arguments I've been hearing for 20 years on here. Well, actually, it been 20, but 15 years on here. I've been making videos. That's all I've been hearing is we ain't gonna march for black men. And now since a white woman got killed, now the argument is, well, who cares about the white bitch? Because we getting our heads split in for 400 years and shit. I'm like, you're missing the point. What we're talking about, the system. We're talking about the patriarchy and the white supremacy and the capitalism, all that shit, is what happened the other day and what happened for the last 500 years. Yet we want to do this bullshit like just like what Pam Mulatto was doing over here, talking about we shouldn't care. Well, if they wanted to do that to her, they wouldn't do that to anybody else. Because white men,
absolutely,
because white men are mad at white women, right? Everybody want to talk about the gender war, right? And talk about the manosphere. Listen, go to where the white manosphere at, and listen to them talk about white women. That's a wholly different type of hate. Okay, they don't mind. They see white women as a problem. Okay, and they need to be either controlled or eliminated. Okay, that's how they feel on the white side of this manosphere shit. Okay, it's not like these it's not like these dumb niggas over here on our side, right? They actually believe in controlling, eliminating, enslaving, and they have the arm of the government to do it. But yet, if you let these niggas over here talk, they miss the whole entire different point what's going on, And I get frustrated trying to talk on these panels, trying to tell them, listen, it's not y'all missing, listen, that's not. There's more to what you think this is about. There's layers to this. You're not understanding. Oh, Big J, shut the fuck up. You know what you're talking about, you stuttering idiot. I just, whatever. Oh, we gonna put bounties on you and shut you up. All that dumb shit. Yeah, it's these arguments that it's childish, in my opinion.
So no, I mean, I don't disagree. I do. There's a part of me that does say that I do agree when people say that there's something to be said for the fact that 41 other people outside of this woman have been either shot or killed by ICE, right? And none of it has hit the news in the way that this particular story has. But I think we all know the answer to that a lot of those folks were Black and brown. Right.
Mm-hmm. Right. That's true.
The common rhetoric is, nobody really gives a fuck about Black and brown bodies, but let, little Susie go missing, or, little Tanner, does some stupid shit and ends up, and then we all have to talk about it. But I think my point to that is I'd rather talk about it, even if it's not in the context which I would prefer, than to not have the conversation at all, and that's one caveat that I make to the discussion. But I mean, I get it. My point is like, so just because it's not one of us, we can't have the conversation. at all, because I think it's important. I mean, like before this president got elected, we were, well, not, I don't want to say all of us, but a lot of folks were talking about Project 2025 and what that was going to mean, and, people's rights and bodily autonomy and things like that. And everybody was included in those discussions. Black men and women chimed in their particular brand of flavor with those discussions. But I don't think, I just think that, for some of us, because it feels cathartic, and it feels like, to what Mela said, the chickens are coming home to roost, that we could just throw the baby out with the bathwater. And for me, my answer to that is no. It'll always be no, because at the end of the day, like, if we're seeing this with people that we're supposed to be protected at all costs, what the fuck do you think is going to happen to us, given the right opportunity? So,
Right.
Well,
I mean,
I think
that's all I really have to say to it.
I was highlighting what Mulatto had mentioned regarding karma, and I wanted to make sure that we understood his frame of mind. That's his only concern, is the chickens have come home. That's what he centers his entire thought about this incident. He does not care about anything other than viewing it with the karma mindset. That's all he cares about.
let me ask you a question, though, and I mean this to be entirely dismissive. Is he smart enough to figure out that there's more to this incident than karma?
He just made a point.
Well, I don't think he made a point at all.
Yeah,
he expressed himself. Damn it, that's all I'm saying. He expressed himself.
No,
and he shouldn't have.
He shouldn't have. He shouldn't. You're right. And I was debating whether me put him on this panel or not. That's why he's been there for like 6 minutes. And I was like, I was debating for 5-6 minutes. And should I put him on there? Should I not?
I was just interpreting where I thought he was coming from with his expression. That's it.
Mulatto,
it's not that I
Mulatto brings
or disagree. I just was able to interpret what he was saying.
Well, good for you. Mulatto brings out my inner Trump. That sort of stuff needs to be repressed.
What?
Right. It does, because it's rudimentary. All right, it's rudimentary thinking. Like he stopped it at the chickens that had come home to roost. I think everybody understands that already. I think everybody understands that. But we're not on that. We're about 5 steps ahead of what he's referring to. He's still on step 1. We on step 7. Okay, we are already beyond that part. So why should we go right back to part 1? It's kind of like what MOT said the other day. Why should I stop the train to pick you up?
Yeah.
Wow. Shout out to the man of tomorrow. Why should I stop this bullet train to pick you up?
Well, I also want to say, no, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No. I'm going to be long-winded with this point, so you go ahead.
I'm a little long-winded myself, so I'll listen to you first.
Oh, for God's sake! Will somebody say something?
Well, no, I'll just make it real quick. Then, I think ever since seeing what's her name, Yvette Carnell, taking ADOS, the group, basically backing Trump's point about how she bought into the black jobs narrative. I suspect that people like Mulatto, and I know Dave is one of them, these people are on that Trump train because they actually think that that these migrants affect them somehow or another. And I don't buy that narrative. I don't think, everyone bought into that Chicago narrative where, we should be getting benefits, not, people who aren't even citizens. And I think that's warped. Okay, why are we fighting over welfare? I don't get that argument. I think it's a bad argument. I think why aren't we getting welfare? We should be getting the welfare. To me, that just sounds sort of degenerate, to be honest. Why are
It,
you
it,
on welfare? that, would be my
I've
question.
never heard that point brought out before. That makes my brain churn. Hmm.
No, it was literally because they moved some migrants into, I guess it was former Section 8 housing or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
So
yeah.
people got real upset that, hey, you know what? They're taking our benefits. Well, do you know what that sounds like? It's like people fighting over scraps.
Yeah.
And that's you know what? Let's let Angelica finish because she got a point. I just want to hear what she got to say.
No, I mean, because it's because I at this point I can't even remember what I was going to originally say. I mean, because I have heard what Stanley is saying, but my brain never made those two connections. Again, because my brain is thinking more of like, you know, there are the working poor, and I can understand, you know, people that are part of the working poor that see issue with this. And, you know, even though I myself, I'm not in that particular situation, I can still empathize with these people and say, hey, well, you know, to your point, you're right. But to the other side of that, you know, we shouldn't be having a conversation where essentially where it sounds like we're fighting over scraps, because what does that mean? Like, are we like, instead of having that conversation, maybe the conversation should turn towards, okay, well, you've taken this away from us. So how do we take whatever it is that we have and make more of it? Or,
Yeah, it sounds like we're a permanent underclass when you start like it's either them or us. Like
mm,
black people don't have like mobility, upward mobility. I,
yeah, that's weird.
they may
Yeah.
even be right, and they may even, they may be right, that hey, they're limited resources or something like that. But my question is, how does it sound? Okay, in the hands of someone like a Trump, he's going, well, hey, we want our underclass to benefit from our welfare, not some immigrant underclass. Like black people can't do better. Why are we competing? Why are we competing with people that why are we competing with them? We've been here 400 years. Surely there are black people who aren't competing for welfare resources. Most
It's
Let me put
almost
it to you this way. More than like 65% of black people are working class or above. I'm not talking working poor. I'm not talking below the poverty line. Most black people are not working poor.
That's right.
They don't represent the whole black community, I
That's
guess
right.
is my point.
I remember when Trump said something about they're taking the black jobs. And when you really examine what is on his mind to have said that, it will uncover what this is about, if you catch my drift.
and the thing. See, for me, it's more like punching down. This is my problem with the whole rhetoric, right? Like you're punching down. You're not punching up. You punching at some other person who's poor, and that's why though the other day, Stanley, I talked about the 1891 riot in New Orleans, and I kept repeating that because it's when the Italians immigrated because New Jersey would not accept any more Italians, right? So so Italy sent the new immigrants to New Orleans instead.
A
So
lot of people don't know that. Yeah.
right. A lot of people don't know that about New Orleans was also where the Italy of the South was at, right? So the governor at the top, or the former governor, I should say, because there was a police officer who got murdered, right? The police chief got murdered. So he managed to get the Negroes the former slaves, mind you. You know, it's 1891. You about a generation or two away from slavery. He got those black people and the poor whites to lynch some of these Italians in New Orleans. It's the same playbook being played in Chicago about let's turn Chicago red. And the only reason why people talk about let's turn Chicago red because of the illegals or the migrants have to be stuck over there. And I'm like, do y'all actually read y'all history? Do y'all actually understand it's your competition is not these people coming from the southern border? Your competition is really the person who's making the rules and the laws and redlining your districts and all that. And now though, right.
Well, so, and that's the thing too, like, because I try to have some of those, I mean, because I think in one conversation, I actually talked to Mulatto about, because we were disagreeing about like the whole immigration and undocumented people, quote unquote, problem, right? And I'm like, I think we both agree, but it's just our methodologies in this case about what to do is different. You're pro deport everybody. My thing is about, okay, well, these people are here. Let's reduce harm and change a regulation that causes them to be here or causes them to be here in the first place. You know, when we were talking about like, you know, big ag and a lot of these, you know, laborious jobs that these companies, you know, essentially like will not hire an American citizen, but will jump through hoops and go through temp agencies just to pull people that are not US citizens just to work these jobs. You know, like that to me is a bigger measure than just send everybody home, because that doesn't guarantee that these companies are going to do anything that benefits the average American person that's trying to get a job or get a job that's, you know, supports their well-being and their family.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't fix it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was like in that conversation, as I'm listening to him, like give me pushback on it, I'm starting to realize that there are just certain people who are just not interested in looking outside of themselves or for like solutions that are long lasting, right? And I think it was at that point that I just chucked it up that he's a plant. Like I don't trust him at all.
I think Mulatto speaks from a range of resentment, and it's a blanket resentment, period. Like if it's not black, then he resents it. And I think that's the way he's going to talk. Those are his talking points. If it's not black, I resent it.
I think he's a plant because I've heard him on other occasions like weaponize his mulatto-ness against black people. Like he's a free for all weaponizer if given a chance.
He's
so
an
for me,
opportunity hater.
Yeah. So, for me, I don't think he comes to any conversation.
When you say he's a plant, what exactly are you?
I just think he comes to stir up drama and to get people to argue.
He's a troll.
Yeah. Well, troll, plant. I mean, because
I was trying to.
I don't know.
I was wondering if troll and a plant are the same thing.
I mean, if it found out he was paid by somebody, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, that's how I feel about it. So there's no facts behind it. That's just my personal suspicion. But
when it comes to people aggressing, the whole "we're fighting for our welfare rights" terms, what my thing is criminals. I am uncomfortable with a criminal element, regardless of where they come from. I don't want criminals. I just don't. And if he's targeting one ethnicity at a time to eliminate criminals, but here's the paradox of it. Trump himself is a criminal. So what do you do with that? It's like, okay, I'm a criminal, so I'm going to eliminate all criminals. Well, sir, you have yet to eliminate yourself. It's a weird time we're living in because the hypocrisy has been emboldened to a violent degree. And it's true with all of you saying that if he is willing to just dispatch violence and back them up, don't think it won't be you one day.
But I think though, I think Angelica, I think that you're right. There are some people who are plants. Um, they come in certain uh channels and certain panels, and then it's almost like though, and you're right. I think some people are paid to 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 be a troll
Do you
or
think Mulatto is paid to be a troll? A plant, rather? You think he's being paid for that? Or
I
he's
think
just expressing
I,
himself like everybody else?
no, he's too extra. And then though he just repeat the same bullshit day after day. I remember the last time he was over here, I had to kick him out for the same old bullshit. You know, it's the same thing over and over again. And he's saying it doesn't matter what topic it is, it's the same bullshit. You know, I remember I was here. It was me, Queen Sun Kids. Me and her were talking about Donald Trump, and he made it about something else, and still trying to make it about race. And we wasn't even talking about race. And it's shit like that is what is that gets me uh uh you know pissed off about no, anyway
Mhm.
the thing is I believe some people are plants, some people are on some other nefarious things,
Mhm.
um behind the scenes. That's how I view some of these so-called trolls and plants on here.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, I think, he speaks to a common thought process with a lot of people, especially people that come from like the conscious community B1. Oh,
I want to
Let
agree
me
with Stanley about MAGA is the problem. That's the most poignant thing he said thus far, because it's so concise and easy to remember. MAGA is the problem.
I was gonna make one quick comment. I was my son's heading back to school, so I was listening but unable to speak. I think mulatto is genuine, and the reason I say this, there's a show. I've got a whole set of, I guess you call them online friends, who are basically into something called Black Betterment. This guy's British, and most of the people that wind up on his YouTube show are from London, and that sort of thing. A lot of Windrush
Mulatto is British.
generation. No, 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 no.
Oh,
The show I'm talking about, and he comes up there on this Black Betterment broadcast, talking the same stuff. I think he's sincere. I don't think he's a paid. I don't think it's anything. He actually believes what he says. Is my impression.
yeah, it sounded as if he believes what he's saying as
Yeah, but
opposed to being paid to say it.
yeah, but here's the thing though. Nobody cares about that black conscious bullshit anymore. That shit's dead.
That's not true. No, there's a whole Jay. I'll put a link in the back. There's a YouTube show every Friday called the Black Betterment Broadcast, and he doesn't draw a whole lot of numbers, but no, there are a bunch of people out there who are into being on code. Marcus Garvey is like one of their patron saints. Now, most of the people that I know of are British, like they're Windrush descendants.
Hmm.
But no, there are people out there. No, there are people
I
out
used
there.
I'll
I
wait
used
for
to
that
be
link, Stanley.
yeah, I used to
Okay.
be Angelica left. Shout out to Angelica. She must have got busy
Yeah, I
making.
enjoyed her. She knows
Yeah.
who Mary McCarthy is. I'm impressed.
Right, right, right. I don't like the black conscious community. I have a problem with the black conscious community and B1s because it's a for me when it comes to them, it's almost like porn, um, PTSD porn.
Oh
You
wow.
it is always
That's an interesting statement. That you,
yeah, it's almost like historical. They get our the white man did this to us and blah blah blah. It's almost like they talk them they get mental masturbation off of this shit, right? And
why
then
did you wait to
they
use
don't.
these terms after Angelica left? Because you didn't want to offend her?
Uh, no, I'm talking about because the mood of the topic changed.
It's okay to offend me with these terms like porn and masturbation. But Angelica had been up here for a period of time, and you was like, yeah, let Angelica speak. And I'm not coming from some angle where it's anything other than observing your pattern.
You're not coming from an angle of jealousy.
No, I'm not.
Ooh,
It's
ooh,
about
ooh,
observing. Big J,
ooh.
you are so comfortable with me that as soon as one of your guests leaves, you resort to sexual terms again. Like, what the hell is that?
Is porn a sexual term?
You know what, Stanley? You're dumb.
No,
I
is
mean,
it? It's an
you
honest
You're dumb.
using
question.
You're dumb
using the
for saying that,
term.
Stanley. You're dumb.
You be calling it.
Apparently, I'm dumb, but I'm not illiterate.
Yeah, but calling it a PTSD porn, I don't see nothing sexual about it. It's more about people are getting off of past historical trauma.
Yeah,
You
there's
know, it,
food porn. It's a kind of a colloquialism these days.
yeah,
You know?
yeah, it's more
Not
colloquial.
in the context in which Big J's pattern of speaking reveals. This pattern of speaking reveals that he restrains himself from salacious statements when he has
Salacious.
someone that wants to quote unquote come back, but somebody that's already been through the trenches of the absurd cruel tutelage of black YouTubers like, oh, Mela can take it,
Uh-oh.
Mela can take it. Let me go ahead and throw this
Cruel tutelage.
humor out here. And that's
Yeah,
humor out here. You didn't practice humor with her. You're practicing it with
You
me.
know that cruel tutelage sounds vaguely BDSM.
No, it's actually from Kill Bill. It's from Kill Bill. It's a chapter in the movie Kill Bill. That's where it comes from. Okay?
Gotcha.
You guys are real simpletons.
uh-oh.
Yeah, we're real. We're
Mm.
all simpletons this morning to you, right, Noah? Get it all out so you can be gentle with your date tonight.
Imagine me there.
No, thanks. Tell us about it tomorrow.
Back to your
Y'all,
porn, Big J, and
it's like
masturbation, porn and masturbation. Back to that.
yeah, it's like I'm getting really tired of the B1s and the black conscious community types, these red ball, black ball, green ball fools, the Garveyites, right? They they will take what Francis Quelch Wilson and they'll take what Amos Wilson and Claude Anderson and they take what Neely Fuller says and then you know and they run with it, or what John Henry Clark statements, and they just run with it, and not really trying to analyze. Like you really can't repeat what Francis Cruz Wilson say or Claude Anderson because they came from different generation.
Oh,
You're not
amen.
right. Like even Neely Fuller, right? You can't use their talking points. They come from a time when there was Jim Crow and people put water hoses on your ass and shit and dogs on you and shit. You can't be using their talking points and their lingo because they come from
What the
different time and place.
at the risk of sounding dismissive, their lingo, it was like the language of PTSD.
Right.
They went through a time.
They actually listen. They went through shit. They went through hell. You niggas didn't. I mean, not on that level. So stop using their talking points or the bullet points. I hate using that term, talking points. But stop repeating what they be saying. Oh, we got no friends. Okay, you got them for John Henry Clark. Okay. Now I know some idiots gonna watch this and say, "Well, Big J, you start your video with John Henry Clark." Okay, let me get this out the way. The reason why I put the John Henry Clark quote, that's a response to BGS, because BGS used to begin his videos with that I only could the debate with my equals, all others I teach. I'm responding to BGS Igmore, okay, with that intro. So stop because I know some idiot's gonna say you're a hypocrite. I mean, anyway, the point is, I wish people would stop trying to live vicariously, or well, not or try to make live right through somebody else. Is what I'm saying. You don't have their experience. So stop trying to repeat as if though you had experience with what they have done. Just stop it. And that's what Malalo needs to do. We need to stop doing this. We need to stop doing that. Nigga, please. I'm a grown ass man. I'm gonna be concerned about shit, because I don't look at things just as a black man. I look at things as an American too. I look at this as a human being too. I'm more than just being black, okay? And that's what people like him and the content community niggas, those B1 niggas don't seem to grasp. There's more to me than just being black. So anyway, well, you understand what I'm saying, Stanley? Do you? You understand what I'm saying?
No, I get it totally. These people
Okay.
are not able to take a 30,000-foot view. And I'm a little, I don't know, a little sore about the point that all of a sudden people are going, well, people want to act like all I do is read books. And it's like, it is not my problem if I'm not shy about telling you that your argument is effed up. And yes, I'm going to interrupt you mid-sentence because I've heard the shit before. That's the other thing that people don't do in this space. Not an original thought among them sometimes. I'll go up on a panel and all of them are just repeating shit they heard on the last YouTube panel. They heard something they agreed with like, on YouTube.
Right. There's not an original thought. It's just like you're repeating with something. And I'll be like, oh, here we go again. Oh, somebody gonna get on the panel. He's gonna say this. Oh, he's gonna say that. Man, come on. We heard this 1,000 times before. Can y'all say something else? Can y'all say something new? So, and part of the reason why Stanley, this space is small. It's only about what 5,000 people at least in this space. So that's part of the problem. The space is so small, and it's only limited to, I don't know, it's very limited in scope. So that's also part of the problem.
Yeah, but I don't think it has to be though.
I subscribe to that link you sent in the back, Stan.
Oh yeah, every now and again, every now and again, I'll go over there. It's been months since I've been up on Raven's panel, but if you do go, and you get in the chat, tell them Stanley sent you. They'll probably laugh.
I'll be sure to do that.
Yeah,
After
maybe
a
next
while.
Friday I'll actually listen.
After a while.
No, it's interesting, but talk about Neely Fuller. They Francis Cress Welsing, Neely Fuller, not Claude Anderson so much, not Amos Wilson so much, but Garvey, Welsing, Neely Fuller. Those are like the big three in that crowd.
I have another veteran brother that is on that page, not that particular channel, but rather the same frame of
Really?
art. Yeah, and
Mhm.
it's kind of frustrating because it's as if it's drummed into his head as opposed to thinking for himself. I appreciate Big J for differentiating the difference. You have to think for yourself. You know, pick the fiber out of the fruit for what it is. There's nourishment in wisdom, and then there's wasting your time with nonsense. And I think so many people who just parrot other people are not actually thinking for themselves. So I want to examine whether or
Well,
not your channel thinks as opposed to parrots.
well, here's the deal though. I don't necessarily have a problem with people being on that B1 stuff, but be able to compare and contrast it to another point of view to firm up your own opinion. Like when I talk, I read, when I talk politics, I read way more conservative newspapers, conservative columnists, conservative YouTube shows because I already know how the liberals think because they think like me by and large. So why would I listen to people repeating what I believe? It's more interesting to hear what the MAGA folks have to say. And that's why I frustrate a lot of people because I already know their arguments. And you don't have to go a whole sentence or paragraph with some MAGA talking point because I've heard it stated better other places.
You
Right.
study your enemy.
Right.
That's exactly what I do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, soon as I'm about to leave, hold on. Let me see what he's about to say.
So,
I saw what you typed in the chat room there, sir.
about your meetup?
That's such a fib.
That's
It was
why I
a
laughed behind it.
dramatization to entertain the audience. There was
Yes.
nothing physically getting done with that person and myself. As a matter of fact, the reliance, which was wise, is on 4 veterans monitoring that show for 24 hours at a time, and we took shifts. And then there would come a time when I would entertain you about what you want for breakfast and kind of, dumb shit like that. I entertained devastating with, well, what exactly would we do in that truck? Just dumb shit that kept the audience
Engaged.
interested. I mean, sometimes people want something to fantasize about. And we accommodated that, all of us.
I know you mean up with that
Then
other
stop
guy.
lying on me.
You mean up with the other dude. That's what you mean up with.
No, stop lying. That was a skit, and you know it. It was originality. It's like, let's pretend that Mela is looking for an intimate partner, and she has to choose between you or Devastate. That was the whole gig, man. And now you want to, keep running this thing that fuels Big J to lie. And Big J, I'm disappointed in you.
You disappointed me about what, Mello?
Because he was like, so what's
You
up with
fed
you and
into it.
Devastating? You know that wasn't real.
How am I supposed to know?
Because I told you so.
Okay. Okay.
What's going on with you, Marine brother?
Nothing. Doing my mom grocery shopping so she can stay at home.
You still eating those ribeye steaks for breakfast?
I may get one right now. Now you say something about it. Sound pretty good.
Grass fed, grass finished. Know
Oh
how to
yeah.
cook it and enjoy it.
hmm I need to have Big J slaughter me a whole cow.
I bet he knows how to. Big J, I heard you are a talented farmer.
Somewhat.
You could make people uh understand what it is to put their hands to work when it comes to farming. So I respect that.
Hmm.
Do you have any goats?
No.
Um, okay.
Yeah.
You know
So
who
yeah.
else? A veteran brother that was that had a farm down in Alabama. I would like to remember his name in this moment. But he was on RBR's panel one day, and they heard a horse in the background. I was like, "Damn, he really, he,
You talking about Joe? You talking about Joe?
Joe, yeah,
Mm,
Joe." I
See us
remember he got
first.
so upset at somebody one day, and his real personality and being angered came out. And that's pretty much what veterans are capable of doing. When we get angry, that's not something you want.
mhm.
But we've been through some things. All veterans, we've been through some things, and all we're looking to do is, communicate effectively amongst this thing called YouTube. And sometimes we get um, opposed, just like Mulatto was opposing you. You got tired of it, you let him go. And that's what I can say confidently, us veterans do. We get tired of it and we let go. If we can't drop them off the panel, we will cuss you smooth the blank out so you don't forget that, we're capable of that. And that's all I demonstrated with Stanley. He has taken advantage of my presence on his panel, you know, and this was just some get back stuff. That's all. I don't have a problem with Stanley as a man. I just wanted some get back. That's it. Maybe that sounds
Okay.
vindictive, but hey, that's not a foreign concept.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm gonna
I
take
do
my
not
ass to
want
bed.
to F Stanley.
Well,
That's some bigger shit right there. Hmm.
you said though you want to jump on him and
I do
all of
not
that. I'm
want
like,
to F Stanley. Jumping on somebody and effing them are two different things. I do not want to F Stanley.
I bet. I mean, you like a panther, a cougar. You prowling. You just
And
want
you
to,
don't get married twice from being lame in bed.
well,
And
who who you talking to? Who you referring to?
I'm just
She talking
saying,
about herself.
you're
You talking about
making
yourself?
you're making this assertion that I'm a panther in bed, and I just want to reinforce that it's possible. That's all. It's
You must be
Well, let
possible.
talking
me let
wood
me help
chickens.
you out a little bit. You
Oh,
don't
here
get
we
you don't
go.
get you don't
I
get
can't do this with
married
y'all. I can't
twice.
do this.
You don't get married twice by being lame in bed, but you do get divorced twice by being lame in bed.
That's not true.
Wow.
That's not true. When it's
Cold as
my
Oh, oh,
ice.
decision,
oh! It's not true, but it could be.
it's it's not possible.
I think it's very
When
possible.
you file,
See, this is how I
it's
get
one
back. I
thing
get back.
to
I
be
get
left.
back with words and a calm voice.
It's one thing that you're saying that you're not understanding. It's a
Oh,
woman's choice.
I think
It's a
I'm spot
woman's
on.
choice
I think I nailed it.
to stick around. And that's what, as a matter of fact, I mentioned resentment earlier. Men resent that women can choose to leave them.
Why would I resent that?
Yeah, a woman can,
It wasn't me you left.
Oh,
and yet you want to interject yourself in what I was saying with Big J. Big J said, I bet you a panther in bed. I said it's possible. And here you come with your curious
Well,
ass
you
making a
also
statement.
said
No,
you
you were
also talked
curious.
about
You
getting married
curious,
twice, and I
man.
just reminded you
You're
about being divorced twice.
curious. You curious little Stanley, you.
You know what? I
You
am
have
curious.
no shot.
Oh, I think I'll be okay with that. The loss, while upsetting, I'll just have to live with.
Meanwhile, Big J is advocating that I'm a panther in bed. And you wanted to jump in. You're curious. And you have no shot.
All I have to say is you have a very fertile imagination.
It's the mindset, man.
Fertile is the word, isn't it?
Oh, I should have emphasized it.
You thinking
Capital
about
F.
that secret
Capital
garden,
F
aren't you?
fertile.
You thinking about that secret garden.
Capital F
Ooh,
for fertile.
ooh,
well,
that
well,
secret
well,
garden she
well.
got. Ooh, listen to her fiery voice. Ooh, ooh.
Oh my lord. What are you doing over there?
He said you're getting ready for
I'm
the night.
disrupting your comfort. That's what I'm doing.
Well, I'll be. You know what? You know what? It's early in the morning for this shit. So it's kind of too early for this morning for this shit. So I think I should end this live stream because
It's too bad because it was just getting good. You take
yeah,
care, Big J. Have sweet dreams.
yeah, I
Not
sure
about
will.
me. Okay.
All right then. All right, then let me get off of here.
Sleep well, Big J.
All right. Yeah. Y'all go to Stanley's channel and continue
Happy
this shit.
Saturday, everybody. Peace.
All right. Y'all go over there on Stanley's channel. He'll continue this shit. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm going to bed. So see you later, Silent. I'm out.
All right.
All right. All right.
Are you gonna put the what's the name in the chat? The link.
Who?
You say you're going to Stanley channel. We're gonna put the link
It's
in there.
it's Stanley channel. Stanley Cross 6000.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, let me get off of here. I'm tired. I just got off from work too. Been off of work for 4 hours. So a little more than 4 hours. Yeah, let me get off of here. I'm out.
I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.